Well, here we are, episode 131. And on this episode, we're going to be talking about the albums of 1970. We didn't really finish up last week. We didn't get into really the great albums that came out that year. We're also kind of going to do something new. I'm going to bring out some TV shows. Stop moving this in a little pop culture direction. You know what I mean? Along with the Wrecking 2, Lou Kikio, Mark Smith from the music Relish Show. Find it on YouTube. So it should be a good show, plus a bunch of other stuff. They call it something relish on their show, mixed relish or something. I'm just gonna call it random play, random albums. I don't know. Enjoy the show.
The KOFB studio presents Milk Crates and Turntables, a music discussion podcast hosted by Scott McLean. Now, let's talk music. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Amanda, for that wonderful introduction as usual. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're streaming live right now over Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, D-Live. Still said Twitter, formerly X, formerly known as Twitter. Let me get this intro off my screen. Yeah. And, we got a very interesting show tonight. Well, they're always interesting with these two fucking guys that I got. Yeah. It's always interesting. The more comfortable they get, the more interesting they get. That's for sure. Which is good. It's good entertainment. It's good. You know what? No, it's good. They don't argue with me like Jack did. I know you people used to like that shit, but he just. I love Jack. I was gonna dog him. Jack will be back someday. Someday we'll be together. That's kind of gay. Anyway. Well, you know, let's start it off. Let's bring on one half of the Wrecking 2, Mr.
Lou Kikio.
Good evening. What's up, man? I was just being relaxed.
Yeah. Now let's bring on the other half. Let's go with this sound effect. Let's go with the other half of the Wrecking 2, Mr.
Mark Smith.
I don't like that vocal effect. Shut it down. I don't like it. You want me to argue with you tonight? I'm going to argue with you.
How's this one?
Yeah, that's good. I like it.
Is
That's
this
good.
better?
Yeah, that's good. Thank you,
Welcome
Scott.
back to the show. You
It's
are a
fabulous.
fucking asshole.
You're damn well right.
Yes, I know. Right. Quite right. I'm bloody well right. For that
Absolutely.
matter.
Fuck nuts. Hey.
I love that shit.
That was the Mr. Roboto sound, wasn't it?
Oh, see, now you just fucked that. You just fucked that up for me.
It was Roboto, not me.
That was a
effect,
great
you
album.
just-
That was a
I hate
freaking
that
awesome
song.
Great
album. I
sound.
loved Mr.
You
Roboto.
know I hate that song, but no. You know what? Just for that,
really?
Lou.
Oh, yeah?
Penalty box. Don't ever mention Mr. Roboto again.
Domo arigato, Mr.
Yeah,
sorry.
you're in it too. See you later. You're in too. See, now it's just me. I knew these two. See, they're up to something. I swear they can spite. Lou's time is up. Lou's back.
Yeah.
yeah. I bring Mark back. There you go, buddy. He's all
There you go.
lounged out,
Okay.
hands behind his head.
Here we
probably
go again.
this is probably. Hey, Lou, do you think that's his work position too? Leaned back in
Absolutely.
the chair.
No. You want to
hands
see my work?
behind his
feet.
head.
You want to see my work position?
Or isn't
Yeah,
this one
exactly.
so
That's what he just said. Yeah.
they can't see you? They can't see you sleeping like this.
No, I don't have it. I work all alone. I'm totally alone in a room all day. I don't see anybody.
Jesus. That's a
I know.
beautiful
Beautiful,
thing.
beautiful.
That's dangerous, though, too.
Spotify galore.
It's dangerous.
And
Good
endless-
evening, Allison.
endless
Good
text.
evening, Allison. Look at that. I really look forward to
Aw.
your podcast.
She
every
loves
week.
the show.
Yeah,
Hi, Allison.
That's a beautiful thing.
Thank you, sis.
Mark, bringing listeners and viewers to the show. Lou, what do you bring?
Nothing.
Lou,
Nothing.
you're supposed to say my brilliant music mind, but no,
My
you blew it.
humility prevents me.
Yeah, well, humility just got you in the penalty box again. See, he had an opportunity, and he could have self-promoted. He could have showed a little ego, but no, Lou has to just say, "Oh, well, I'm just a nice guy." No,
Stop. You're
You're
going to make
an
him
e-
smash
you
his
want-
headphones again.
You want to
Come
see
on.
my giant head? You want to see my giant head in here? It's gonna
Yes.
fit the whole fucking screen. I am a walking encyclopedia of weird music.
that a boy. You gotta hype it up, man. It's a podcast.
I also play 5 different musical instruments and I sing.
There you go. See, that's
I'm
what
a-
you're supposed to say.
Got me
I'm a-
beat.
I'm a lot of fun at parties, people tell me.
And I'm a lot of fun at parties. Yeah. So yeah, this week we thought we'd finish up 1970, and let me turn this up a little. My tinnitus is racking me tonight, man.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Mhm.
Oh, wait, really quick. Got to say a happy birthday to a Mr. Tom Spallone. His birthday was yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's right, it was. Yeah.
He
Well-
retired, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, well, I had said to him,
There you go.
when are you coming back on the podcast? We're like, do a show, you know what I mean? Just kind of, because I want to hear you terrorize Mark. I said,
Oh, he'll do it.
oh, he's ready. He said, oh, I'm getting my studio ready. He's that,
Oh, good.
I think that motivated him.
He'll have me in a fetal position. I'll be ugly.
Yeah. Me and Luke can just sit back and just watch it happen, watch the sparks fly. I think Lou's Lou. I'm just a pretty much upfront kind of agitator, but I think Lou's like subversive. He'll kind of drop little things to set you two off.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he's like
Oh, yeah.
Lou's like that time bomb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's the
Psychops.
drummer. He's always behind you doing shit.
That's
you
the
know,
drummer.
so,
You don't want me in your head, Mark.
It's too big for my head.
So let's get into albums, okay?
Oh, yes.
So I have a list of albums. I think we did. We talked a little bit about debut albums, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
we mentioned it. We mentioned a few albums, whether they were debuts or not, but some noteworthy things like
yeah.
yeah.
So, Mark Flynn, King of Google, or the Google King, I should call him. He's the Google King. He's a king of nothing because usually the king title means you're the king of something. He's the Google King because he's just a Googler. He's
Like a kingdom of one.
Yeah, kingdom.
Poor
There you
guy.
go,
He
Lou.
does nothing but say good
Kingdom
stuff.
of
and he just
one.
picks
That's
on it.
right.
Now, does that get me a get out of penalty box free thing?
All right, you get a
All right,
pass.
so-
I like that.
Yeah, okay.
I like
all right.
that. Yeah,
Let's barter.
it's almost as good as I am not a flea in your traveling flea circus, Mr. McLean.
Apparently, I am.
Well, he called me
Glad
agitator
you did.
extraordinaire. Says the agitator extraordinaire. See, he
Yeah,
agitated
got a
just
point.
by that comment. See
Got a
how
point.
he is? Yeah. So let me break out some. It's a big kingdom, that's for sure. Let me do some debut albums that came out that year. Debut albums. You got the Jackson 5's debut album wasn't called Jackson 5. Did you know that?
No.
It was
How
called
old was-
ABC
How old was Michael?
in 70.
Wow.
Wow.
8 or 9, maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't know they started that early.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
oh, yeah,
started
oh, yeah.
the first album, ABC, was the Jackson 5 album.
Hmm.
Yeah. Who else do we have that came in in 1970? There's a let me see. See, this is how they used to promote this stuff, right? The Andy Williams Show album,
Wow.
right? Like everything was centered around TV back then.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Let's see.
The living room.
I don't know about this one. It says Back Home, Chuck Berry album. That's not a debut album.
What?
1970. No, that's got to be bullshit.
Yeah, debut on a new record label, maybe.
Yeah, you know what? That could be right. That could be right.
Still, but that's a bullshit call.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bands debut came out this year. Can you guess who?
Porcupine Tree.
No. Scott will run it.
I'm messing with him tonight, big time.
Good.
Just because. We were told we weren't scrappers.
I'm Irish. Bare knuckle brawl, baby.
Going up against a raging bull.
Yeah, look at my fists. They're all floppy.
I'm sorry, Mark. What was the album?
Emerson, Lake and Palmer's debut
Yeah.
came out with the hit single Lucky Man, which I'm sick to death of.
That's on their debut.
Yeah.
I didn't know. What's the name of the album?
Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Okay.
It's the one with the dove on the cover.
I'm looking at this.
I like
one.
Lucky Man. I like their hits.
Me and Tom Spallone always had a joke whenever we've seen them live many times. That's when you go to the bathroom. Yeah, when they do that, because once you hear Greg go, sing it with me, we go bathroom trip. I don't know. We got tired of it, but
I got a debut.
What's that?
Cool in the Gang.
Yeah.
The Cool in the Gang record with the song Cool in the Gang. I'm sure I've heard it, but I'm not super
I'm looking
familiar.
at Clint Eastwood album.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood album.
Was it jazz?
Probably.
It says, let me see. By the Upsetters. Oh, okay. For other uses, see Clint Eastwood. Oh, so this is a group that called an album Clint Eastwood album. Doesn't make any sense.
But in 1970, he put out an album called Burning Bridges.
Starting not to trust this. This
You got to talk to your writers. They're not doing a good job here for you.
I know.
I got one.
The hell. All right, let's just talk about it. What do you got?
Funkadelic's debut album.
Funkadelic. That's right. That's right. Eventually to become Parliament Funkadelic. So I wonder when Parliament's first. Well, I thought Parliament came after Funkadelic. Yeah. Let's see. What do we got? I saw a whole bunch of them earlier. I'm like, what? Oh, Ginger Baker's Air Force. We said that last week.
A huge debut came out. George Harrison's debut.
Yeah.
All Things Must Pass.
Yep. What do you got, Lou?
Van Morrison Moondance record came out.
How about
70?
This? Eric Burden declares war.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1970.
With the band War.
Yeah. That's a cool name.
Yeah. I didn't know that was the name of the album.
Declares war, and war is in parentheses.
What did he declare war on?
I don't know. On music. Eric Clapton album? Was that his first solo album?
Yeah, that would be. And the same year he put out Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs too with Derek and the Dominoes.
Wasn't that 71?
Derek and the Dominoes, yeah.
Weren't they 71? Derek and the Dominoes?
No, 70.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I'll be dipped.
Dave Phillips, King of the 45s. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
My new friend, Dave Phillips.
First Step.
You have a friend?
Actually, I have two friends named Dave Phillips.
Okay.
All right.
It's a great conversation.
They're in your
Lou
head.
telling us all his friends named Dave Phillips.
They're in your head, Lou.
Only two of them.
Face's first album came out, First Step, if I'm not mistaken. That's what it looks like. Yep, saw Funkadelic.
The Guess
What do you
Who?
got, Mark?
Just for albums, I don't have a debut album, but Led Zeppelin were already on their third album by 1970. Led Zeppelin 3 came out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's wild. Third album by then.
How about Hot Tuna? It's a group you heard about, but I never really. Did you ever listen to them?
Yeah,
No, I haven't.
They're kind of good. I mean, they're very Jefferson Starship offshoot is Jorma Kaukonen and Jack Cassidy. They're still playing together. I mean, they're still playing. I think they're in their 80s now, but they're on tour. Like the two of them. I think it's called Hot Tuna still.
Okay.
I don't know any songs of theirs. I've heard them. They're really good guitar players.
Yeah, Jorma's a great guitar
It's
player.
like a folky Grateful Dead type of thing, maybe.
Oh, there you
But
go.
a little bit. Yeah. The only thing I find it more palatable. It's not as rambly. What I've heard. I can't name a song that of theirs though.
So 1970, we're talking about debut albums, and Dave Phillips, his boys, the Jay Giles Band came out with their first album.
Oh.
In 1970.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any noteworthy songs we know off that?
Let's see. Let's see what we got. That shit's taking a while to load. Well, I'm waiting for that.
Magic Dick and His Tools. That's a great song. No, just joking. Hey, I got a sort of debut in a way. the classic lineup of Deep Purple Mark II released in rock this year.
That's right. Yeah.
The what?
Mark II, the Deep Purple with Ian Gillan singing and Roger
yeah.
Glover, because before that, So it's kind of like a debut of the classic, the era that everybody likes.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see the track listing off of Jay Gall's first album. Wait, Icebreaker, Cruising for Love, Hard Driving Man, Serves You Right to Suffer, Homework, First I Look at the Purse, What's Your Hurry, On Borrowed Time, Pack Fair and Square, Snow Cone. Nothing of any significance there.
I played Hard Driving Man at the Esper Guitar Bar. I didn't
really?
know. I didn't know the song. The guy goes, "You know any Jay Giles?" I'm like, throwing at me. So it was Hard Driving Man.
Guess who just showed up? Big Head Todd, the wet sprocket. Says, I'm here, entertain me.
All right, we got to step up the game, guys.
Fuck
Like
him.
Nirvana.
Fuck him. We're not fleas in his traveling flea circus. Right, Lou?
That's right.
He's just Big Head Todd, the wet sprocket. That's all he is. It's all he'll ever be. Yeah.
I got another debut.
Yeah.
Black Sabbath.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
With the
I think
creepy
we might have
album
said that
cover.
last week. Yeah, there's going to be some repeats, but no, still, it's John Lennon and the Plastic Ono Band.
Yeah.
Is that the Naked album cover?
That's that was Two Virgins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm still shattered over seeing that album cover.
Yeah. That didn't have to be. That didn't have to be done.
Funkadelics first came out.
Said
that last week. Yeah.
Said tonight. James Taylor, Sweet Baby James.
Did you know there was an album?
That was a big record.
There was a group called Blood, Chet, and Tears. Did you?
What, are they Czechoslovakian?
I don't know. Not Czech. Chet.
Oh.
Chet.
Like the white guy name.
Chet. Ooh.
Hey, Chet.
That's short for Chester, I think.
Yeah.
I know a Chet. He's a white guy.
So you had Bridge Over Troubled Water, right? By I caught that, Louis. He's a white guy. They were all white guys. Named Chet. And then you have Bridge Over Troubled Water, Peggy Lee's album.
Really?
Same year, yeah.
She covered it?
I guess. I don't know if she covered it or, Dave Phillips says Neil Young after the Gold Rush. Yeah, Cosmos Factory, CCI. Dave Phillips in 1970 was like 27, I think.
Right. Yeah. He was a couple grades higher than me in high school, but not many.
27.
Lou's loving this one. They're not making me old.
Chicago's first album.
Oh yeah, Chicago Transit Authority.
Yep. Let me see. Close to You, The Carpenters.
Bacharach.
And then you have Close to You, Johnny Mathis. Same fucking year.
He jumped on that one.
How did they get
Why
away with that
birds
back then?
suddenly up?
Bacharach didn't care. He's making a lot of money.
Sure, yeah.
I guess, but what about record companies? It's rights, isn't it? Isn't it something? Isn't it?
I think it's something you can do a song. I think the record company doesn't own the song.
Yeah, it's the writer.
Yeah.
Dave Phillips, King of the 45, says, fuck you, I was 14. Yeah, 19 is more like it. That's like, someone says, I lost 57 pounds. Well, you only lost 45, but you add on a little, you beef it up. Dean Farron says, hello, my name is Johnny Cash. I thought it was Dean Farron. I had to say that.
Oh.
You know what? I
put yourself in the penalty box.
Yeah.
Hey, Lou, Burnt Weenie Sandwich from Mothers of Invention came out that year.
I do.
Along with
that's a great name for an album.
And the same year was Weasels Ripped My Flesh, which is another great name.
Riz.
All right, I'm back from self-exile for a bad joke.
Really? How about this one? The Doors, Morrison Hotel.
That wasn't a debut album, though.
Oh, I thought we were just doing albums of 70.
Well, we're doing both. We're doing both. I'm digging up debut albums, whatever you want to bring up.
All right, so a debut album, Gentle Giant's debut came out, and I just in my 50s have started liking them. I didn't like them for years.
That's odd prog, man.
It is. The singer is what turned me off.
Dave Phillips, he's begging. I was really 14. I was. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ Superstar came out that year.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
Yeah, here we go again. Fucking Dean.
I got one. Atomic Rooster.
Atomic Rooster.
A band that Carl Palmer was in before ELP.
Before ELP. That had to be right before.
Yeah. He was only on one of their albums, I think.
Let me see. You also had, again, so what was up with 70 and double albums? So you had Down Home by Seals and Croft, and then Down Home of the Nashville String Band. What the fuck?
Well, wasn't the late 60s, early 70s, people getting back to the kind of country vibe, getting back to the land, Woodstock and the band and all that?
You know, I always say, we're in the 60s and 70s, the mid to late 60s into the early 70s on steroids, right? Because back then they called it, and this was an album, ecology. You have to care for the ecology.
I care.
Fucking pollution. Well, today it's went from global warming to climate change. Yeah. Because they can't justify the word warming.
You really want me to argue with you, don't you?
I'm just saying it's in the same cycle. It's the same cycle. It was the whole thing about the ecology and all this, that, and then this year, the world's gonna end. Hey, remember acid rain in the 80s? Oh, the world was fucking over. It was done.
Remember Power? I didn't grow tits.
Exactly.
I should have.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I'm gonna get the giggles again.
Marvin Gaye wrote a song called "Ecology."
He did. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Great song.
Hey, one of the greatest live albums ever came out this year, Live at Leeds.
Yeah.
Live at Leeds, yeah.
And the expanded version, which I don't know if you guys have heard, in the last couple of years, they pretty much put the whole concert out. Wow.
Really?
What a they did a whole 70 minutes and then they did the whole Tommy album.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah. You can hear it
being at that show?
Oh, it sounds deafening just to hear the album.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. What else do we got?
I got a debut.
Yeah.
Robin Gibb, Robin's Reign. He quit the Bee Gees in 1970 for a bit.
Robin's Reign, they call it?
Robin's Golden Shower.
Yeah.
Remember he used to sing with his hand over his ear?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He did, didn't he?
Was he drowning Barry's falsetto out, or was it Morris he was drowning out? He must have had a pitch thing.
I don't know.
Yeah, some people just do weird things when they sing too.
Yeah. Lou, do you have any particular when you sing? Any
no.
Switches?
I just try not to lose my beat.
He does this when he sings.
What's
got
that?
the beat.
I couldn't see you, Mark.
Hey, Golden Earrings album came out in 1970.
Their debut?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
When did Red Our Love come out?
Mid 70s, right?
Yeah,
76, 77.
I thought it was earlier than that. Like
I thought it was earlier.
75, yeah.
It probably wasn't on the debut though.
No, I don't think so. What else we got?
Blood Rock's debut album. Remember the song DOA?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a creepy song.
Yeah, creepy long song, but that was on their second record, but their debut. Blood Rock.
Hey, you know who came out? You know what album came out in 1970? Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. That came out in 1970. Huh. Fuck Dean Farron. He ain't stealing
Mr. Ed.
Oh,
Dean
come
Farron,
on. Leave him alone.
No, I'm not going to leave him alone. He harassed us.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
He harassed us last week with porn movies. So.
He made me laugh harder than I've laughed, harder and hairier than I've laughed in my whole life.
Don't give him. No, he's going to start now. See, now he's setting them off. We're going to start getting all these porn movies. I'm not reading them all, Dean. Don't. He's going to start flooding the comment section. Don't do it.
My sister's watching. She's very innocent. Don't
Yes,
offend her.
make good decisions, Dean. Make good decisions.
My little sister.
I wish that saying was around when I was growing up. I would love to hear my mother say, "Scott, make good decisions," before I left the house.
Yeah.
My parents told me that. I didn't listen.
My father said, "Govern yourself accordingly."
So home, the Procol. My mom literally used to say, "I'm not making this up." Seriously, she said, right as I'm walking to if you get arrested, call your father. I swear to God.
That's funny.
That was what she would say as I'm walking out the door. If you get arrested, call your father. And I did. More than a couple times.
My mother's line.
Humble Pie came out in 1970.
Oh, okay.
Was that with Peter Frampton?
Yeah, he was selling them.
Yeah. He had in 70. Yeah.
Alice Cooper's second album, Easy Action.
That was a very weird album. That was very Frank Zappish.
So
right?
Dean says Alice Cooper ruled the 70s. I don't know about ruled. I mean, so
depends what part of the country you were in. Some parts of the country he ruled. He really did.
He came out with 4 albums in 1 year, I believe. 3 or 4 out in 1 year. Yeah. I know that.
Like 70.
And then he did it again, and then they broke up. So, I mean, then he came out with Welcome to My Nightmare in what, like 77? Right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And something like, and then that was it. He never really, he had songs that had staying power, but he wasn't consistent throughout the 70s.
When he went solo with Nightmare, it's when he was uneven, but he was doing what he wanted to do.
He had the name, he had the reputation, he had the show.
Did he go too over the top schlocky?
Well, so you go from say $1 Billion Babies to Only Women Bleed, Only Women Bleed, Only Women Bleed, Only Women Bleed. Okay, great, nice song, nice radio song, but come on, Alice. The fuck, really? Like, go listen to Muscle of Love and then fucking Only Women Bleed. Tell me who the winner is.
Doesn't make her a great 45.
Teen Lament 74 or something, right?
What album was You and Me on? Because you would know that was Alice Cooper unless someone told you.
Right.
That was like a mid-70s pop ballad.
Yeah, he started doing it. I guess that's where the money was, and he started trying to buy into it. And well, he made his money. He got on the top 40.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It was from his album Lace and Whiskey. I don't even know about that album.
Yeah. Wow. What year was that?
Lace and Whiskey. See? So that's like, what year did that come out?
77.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. See, I don't know a lot about Alice Cooper.
I don't know much beyond, I think, Muscle of Love, or did that come right after $1 Billion Babies?
That's a good album. Like
Muscle of Love.
That stuff's the peak for me as far as.
I think Muscle of Love was the last album with the Alice Cooper group before he went solo.
I'll give Dean this. I mean, I'm an Alice Cooper fan. Don't get me wrong. His latest stuff, just kind of, he started trying to get all 80s and get.
Didn't he get kind of metal?
Yeah, he
tried. Yeah, he was trying to stay relevant in that. But
Blue Oyster Cult.
He saw Ozzy go metal and survive and be big, so he tried to do it. But you got to have songs, and the songs weren't as good in the 80s.
Yeah, and but I gotta say, I could put you might be able to put Alice Cooper's greatest hits up against a lot of other greatest hits albums, because his greatest hits album is fucking good.
Yeah.
It's
just great.
Literally from start to finish, it's fucking good.
I heard I'm 18 yesterday.
So, I mean, come on, right? To talk about staying power.
And I don't feel weird being 62 and singing I'm 18 in the car either. It doesn't.
You ever see the video for that? Where they're live
in
a studio, like they're live, and they got the fucking psychedelic shit going in the background, and it's very raw, but it's check it out. Check out the live version, like from when it first came out. It's pretty good. But I would put Alice Cooper's greatest hits up against a lot of greatest hits albums, and it holds its own. It's a double album. It's a double album, right?
Really? Okay.
Oh, and the cover. Now the cover itself is fucking ultra classic. Ultra classic. They're gangsters leaning up against the car. It's a drawing.
Yeah.
And then like there's one, I think when you open the gatefold, there's all these other, it's like another drawing. You got like Edward G. Robinson in there. Like it's kind of like a Sgt. Pepper thing. It's just a great album cover, man.
Is that what Mark is talking about? Satin and Dr. Pepper?
I don't know.
What the hell?
He probably Googled that. I'm sure he Googled that, because Mark Flynn, fucking Google King, doesn't know shit about Alice Cooper. That I fucking promise you.
It's a joke. Lace and Whiskey, Satin and Dr. Pepper.
I was going to say, if he found something obscure like that, he's Googling right now.
Well, it could be a bootleg. We all know it could be a bootleg.
Don't trust him, Mark. Don't trust. And I mean Mark Smith. Don't trust Mark Flynn.
He's a friend of yours. I have to trust all your friends.
Oh, that's a mistake.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Oh, that's a mistake.
How innocent.
Yeah. No. Don't
Fuck
try.
you, Lou.
That's what's so refreshing about Mark, though.
Wait, he's so
It's
innocent.
this wild-eyed naivete, you know.
It's everything's fabulous.
You have some real wild-eyed naivete there, Mark.
It's almost
Son
sanguine.
of a bitch. It's so obvious.
Duck you.
Jeez.
No, what's that break rate overdub? Forget you, motherforgetter.
We already said Led Zeppelin 3 came out that year.
Yeah.
Pinball Machine, right? Let me see.
You know what came out? Years ago, a little jazz, but Bitches Brew, which was a
Yes.
huge album.
Yeah.
Miles went from jazz to that.
Yeah.
Freaked everybody out.
You get it or you don't get it. I get it. I love it.
The Man Who Sold the World.
Yeah.
I give Nirvana. They did a great cover of that.
Yeah.
They did do it. They do a good job with that.
I think I have a debut album here.
Well, what do you got?
Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It had Mr.
Hey, you know what?
Mr. Bojangles.
Yeah, people know who they are.
Yeah.
Right.
And they did a version of House at Pooh Corner.
So
What the hell is that?
You never heard the Loggins and Messina version?
No.
Really?
No.
It's
I'm
cute.
young.
It's
I'm
cute.
young. That's you know.
You were alive when
House
this
on
record. You were
Pooh
alive.
Corner?
Yeah,
Is that what he said?
it's off Sitting In.
What's that? What's that house in San Francisco?
Don't pick on San Francisco.
Fuck San Francisco. Fuck
I
that.
beat you on. Hey, not a debut. It looks like a debut, but Elton John by Elton John came out in 70.
Was that the Elton John band?
It's the album with
No.
Your Song.
That's just the Elton John, though, I think. It doesn't say the
Yeah.
band.
Oh, okay.
But he had an album out in 69, I think, before that, which was never, it wasn't officially released till years later. So you could say this is like his debut in America.
Crosby, Stills,
Shit,
Nash and
it's
Young,
fucking
Deja Vu came
slow
out.
tonight.
Great album.
Vujade, that's when you had a feeling this never happened before.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
That's our humor. It's
That
nerdy.
should, that
you
should get out of the penalty box free joke there.
That
buddy.
was my.
know?
All right, fair
That's
enough.
it. No
Fair
more.
enough.
That
Hey,
was
you know what? You know what
How
came
about,
out?
how about Deja Vu? I have a feeling this shit has happened before.
Now I want to put them away. Come to My Garden by Minnie Riperton came out.
Wow.
Oh, I thought that was a porn movie that Dean Farron put up on the.
Come to My Hairy Garden.
That was House
Oh,
of that was House of Pooh Corner.
jeez. The hair. It's all about the hair.
Oh,
The
that
House of-
that killed me. And I'm embarrassed. I was laughing like that on the show, man. That was.
Yeah,
Oh,
turn around.
The Osmonds album came out in 1970.
do you love
Yeah.
it? No.
So Jackson 5 and the Osmonds both came out at the same time.
Wow.
So it seems. You would think we would know these things, but my computer is slow for some reason, so I'm a little
Oh,
irritated
okay.
right now.
Here's something. Cold Fact by Rodriguez came out that year.
Yeah,
you mentioned
Lou
that
said that
last
last week. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lou.
The Temptations,
Sugar
Psychedelic
Man.
Shack. That's their 12th album.
I know that album.
Boom.
Yeah, not to be confused with if you see a painted sign on the side of the road that says 16 miles to the Love Shack.
Two different.
Tin Roof.
Rusted.
things.
Come on, let's get some more albums out there.
Okay,
Get to work, gentlemen, get to work.
The self-titled album, Leon Russell. Leon Russell would, you know the song for You?
Yes.
I'll be singing this song for you. That's on that one.
Okay.
Linda
Jimi Hendrix.
Ronstadt's Silk Purse came out in 70.
Silk Purse. That doesn't sound like a porn movie, does it?
No, not like Come Into My Garden.
Or House at Pooh Corner for the Germans.
That's Germans.
I'm going to move this one on. T for the Tillerman by Cat Stevens came out.
Yes.
What's on that, though?
I know my sister Stacy had it. I always saw the album.
There's the title track, T for the Tillman, which it's about 30 seconds long, I think, that song.
Well, T-Rex album
T-Rex,
came out.
yeah.
Yep, 70. It's about right.
Ringo Starr, Sentimental Journey.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. McCartney's first record. McCartney.
Self Portrait by Bob Dylan, which was panned when it came out.
Panned, yeah. A frying pan. Jimi Hendrix Band, the Gypsies.
Which I like, but not
I
many
don't.
people do.
I'm
Yeah.
ambivalent. Three Dog Night. It Ain't Easy with the song "Mama Told Me Not to Come." Great song.
Okay.
Another porn movie.
Mama hey, it's true.
That's some incest porn right there.
That's
right.
It could
The
be
show is
stepmom.
done.
I'm just saying.
It
It's
could be
done.
stepmom.
Here we go again.
Just saying.
Stepmom told me not to come.
All right. Let us talk about Morrison Hotel.
It's one of my. It's probably second favorite album of theirs.
It's got some odd songs on it.
That's why I like it.
Well, why? Dean wants to talk about it, Mark. So I guess.
Oh, I thought you wanted to talk about it.
No, Dean fan says, let us talk about Morrison Hotel.
For me, as far as production, it sounds like it's always reminded me of an album that could have been recorded in the last 20 years. It had great production. And it just flowed. It was one of their albums that, like, their debut is my favorite, but that album just flows really good.
I'm a spy.
Short and sweet. It's not anything,
What's the track listing on it?
Roadhouse Blues.
Yep.
It's got a few songs. Peace Frog is on it.
I love that song.
Land Ho.
I love that song.
Peace Frog?
Yeah.
Blood
It's kind of funky.
Hartford.
It's so different, man.
Yeah.
It's funky, yeah.
Waiting for the Sun is on that, right? Waiting for
isn't Waiting for the Sun an album?
Yeah, but there's a song on there, Waiting for the Sun.
So
that's not Morrison Hotel.
Hold on.
I'll be dipped.
If I'm wrong, I'm dipped in shit. So
I saw a video the other day.
Sorry. No, it's on there.
Is it?
Of the Doors after Jim Morrison died, and Ray Manzarek tried to sing.
They put 2 albums out without him.
And I watched this video, and you just see how much Ray Manzarek is trying to sing like Jim Morrison.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible.
It's so obvious, and they can't and they're almost so. The difference I got out of it is post Jim Morrison, what they were they couldn't recreate that because they sounded too tight.
Yeah,
it just sounded too tight, too polished, too studio-ish. Whereas even in the studio with Jim Morrison, there was just a loose feeling to the music.
Yeah.
He
loosened them up. That's right.
And they, Manzarek trying to deepen his voice. And I was like, oh, man.
On top of that, the music just wasn't that good. I tried to listen to them.
They tried to salvage something. You got to give them credit.
Did they actually release these albums?
Yeah, 2 albums.
Yeah.
I want to look them up.
I'll tell you, we did a segment, Lou, on music. I got it right, Music Relish, about bands that shouldn't have
Random Relish, by the way.
Yeah.
So
bands that lose their singer, and I said I think the Doors is the best example of shit.
Yeah, we did. You know what? We did an episode back, like fucking episode 5. Me and Jack, of bands that lost their lead singers. I might want to redo that one again.
Yeah, that's a really
now,
good.
It's like, okay, it's kind of a repeat, but now I have you guys, your input, your kind of twist on it. And it's no way it's going to be number one, the quality is going to be a lot better.
Oh, come on.
No, the quality, the sound quality and the whole thing. I mean,
yeah, that's what you meant.
The conversation is there with me and Jack, and it's the same, but the sound, I'm big on the sound quality. I hate those earlier episodes. It's so cringy. It's like when you hear them back in the day when I listened to Howard Stern, and they would do his, like, he'd be on vacation, they would do the best of.
Oh,
and you hear an old show, and it's kind of like very tinny.
Yes,
like his voice was higher, and it just sounded very radio-ish.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I'm sure he listens to that and goes, ugh,
son of a
ugh.
I skimmed the old Music Relish ones. Even this is going back when we were doing the cameras, but even the earlier ones were just a little rough.
We had those microphones with the built-in reverb,
Yeah, I think that's it for a lot of podcasts, though, how they begin. Like, I always say when you see somebody like on one of these podcasts, Facebook groups, they're like, "What do I got to do? I want to start a." And everyone's like this. I said, "Get a good mic and sound professional right off the bat. Don't build up to a nice mic. Buy a good mic and get a good, audio processor and just do it right.
And it doesn't break the bank to do that. It was relatively expensive. And I have this great mic from Tom Spallone who gave it to me. Thank you, Tom. See, I got your props out so I can pick on.
So let's get a couple more albums. I want to talk about you. You guys mentioned it today, and I love this artist, but we'll talk about it as soon when we tie this up here. You guys mentioned it today. Someone posted something, and I was like, "Yeah, I want to talk about her again." It's a her. Waylon. There's only one Waylon in music, right?
Waylon Jennings.
Yeah, that came out.
Waylon Flowers.
No, Jesus. Lou.
And Madonna. Waylon Flowers and Madonna. Did that get me out of the penalty box? Did that save me from the penalty box?
That got you out. The Madonna reference.
Fast.
It does look like that puppet. Yeah.
Jeez.
What
Pride
else?
of Park Ridge, New Jersey.
The Birds album.
Which one?
Untitled. It's Untitled.
Huh. You know that one, Lou? I don't know that one.
It's Untitled. I don't know. I'd have to know what songs are on it. Maybe not.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you the track listing.
Okay.
Track listing is Love of the Bayou, Positively 4th Street, Nashville West, So You Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star, Mr. Tambourine Man, Mr. Spaceman. This is live, 8 Miles High live.
Is the whole album live?
Is
the whole album live? It's a compilation.
This one is side 2 is live. Side 3 is studio. So side 1 was live. Yeah, side 2 was live. Then side 3 and side 2 was 8 Miles High. It's a 16-minute version.
I've heard it. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, 16-minute live version of any song can't be good. Just listen to any fucking Grateful Dead album.
Shut up.
That's all it takes them to tune up.
Side 3 was a studio. It's Chestnut Mare, Truck Stop Girl, All the Things, Yesterday's Train, Hungry Planet. And then side 4, studio, Just a Season, Take a Whiff on Me, You All Look Alike, and Welcome Back Home.
Welcome back.
No, welcome. No, it's Welcome Back Home.
Yeah, but you said it like that. Welcome.
But I didn't. But
it's
I
it's
didn't.
a compilation.
But you said it. I did it.
You
did.
Hey, by the way,
did.
American Beauty came out this year by the Grateful Dead.
Good album. Good movie too.
Yeah.
Oh,
crazy little
Flowers in the Bathtub
movie, but
the Clint Eastwood movie album you referenced was by a reggae band called the Upsetters.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
How about King Crimson in the Wake of Poseidon?
Yes. Greg, the last recordings with Greg Lake, he phoned it in basically. He was already in the LP and he agreed to do the vocals.
How about Grand Funk Railroad, Closer to Home with I'm Your Captain?
I'm Your Captain. Yeah.
1970.
Yeah.
The Ides of March. Remember the big song?
Ides of March is I can't think of it.
Vehicle.
Yeah, I'm your vehicle, baby.
Do you know who wrote that?
'Cause I love you. Sounds like Tom Jones singing though. Doesn't it?
Yeah. It was written by Jim Peterick, who would going to be in Survivor.
Wow, that early?
I had the Tiger, Jim Peterick, yeah.
Holy shit. And he did a lot of 80s power
So
ballads.
think of that.
Yes,
Survivor came out in like the mid 80s?
Yeah.
Early mid 80s, yeah.
Right?
He died in the last 5 years.
He wrote Eye of the Tiger, Rocky.
Yeah.
Great
Let me see.
songwriter.
After the Gold Rush came out.
Yep.
All
Traffic
Things
John,
Must Pass. You already
Things-
said that. Yeah.
Traffic John Barleycorn Must Die.
Let It Be.
That's the Beatles, right?
Yeah, but it's funny. They have Let It Be, and there's a picture of Elvis Costello. Like an Elvis Costello album cover, but it's like Let It Be was received mixed reviews. How the fuck do they have an Elvis Costello?
Because the bots are screwing it up. That's
Evidently,
what's going on.
right?
Yeah.
How about this? You have one?
Yeah, let me see. This
I have a
one
debut.
is Funhouse from the Stooges.
Ah,
Yeah. Band of Gypsies.
we did that.
Sweet Baby James.
We did that. The debut album of Tangerine Dream, Electronic Meditation.
Ah.
German electronic music.
Fat Albert Rotunda by Herbie Hancock came out. It was the music for the Fat Albert TV special.
No shit.
American Beauty.
Hey. Cactus. Who was in Cactus?
Oh, geez.
I know one. Was Vinny Appice? No, Carmine Appice.
Carmine Appice.
Appice, whatever.
Appice, yeah.
Come on, Lou, get it right.
I
Lou
think I said it right.
Colicchio.
Oh,
I got your name right this time.
Yeah. On our show, he goes Lou Colicchio.
Yeah.
I always fuck it up. I'm sorry. I really, if you just screw up my name sometime, just say it wrong.
How can I say it wrong?
Smite. Mark Smite.
Smith.
So let's move on. I want to talk about this artist who I've said a lot of times just doesn't get the respect that she deserves, and that's Joan Armatrading. And this lady has fucking done it all. She's been around for like 50 years, right? From the late 60s. Just an absolute true artist. Very secretive. And somebody had a quote about her. Let me see. So someone said she's a little long-winded, but that's mostly because she puts so much thought into her relationships, which in turn is because she puts so much feeling into them. This is one of those rare pop stars who's invariably serious, but never pompous, which is why she isn't a bigger star. That about sums it up. She just could have been bigger than she was, at least in America.
She didn't sell out.
They probably wanted her to play the game.
Principles. Yeah.
She's very private, you know. But let me see. She says she plays the 6th string, the 12th string, electric guitars. She's played on Ovation acoustic instruments. What's Ovation acoustic instruments?
It's an acoustic guitar had a rounded back.
Yeah.
Which were weird to play.
She said, I'm a bit of a hitter, you see. I bash, and I like to have everything going at once, bass, harmony, melody. This is why I love Ovations. They're very powerful sounding guitars, and when I hit the strings, they ring with a nice, clear, percussive, but not overly bright sound that highlights the rhythms I like to play. She's played the Fender Strat. She's played them all.
A friend of mine on his Facebook page yesterday, he posted, listening to Joan Armatrading's 3rd record on the turntable.
That's who you put. Yeah, that's what you said yesterday.
I pasted that down.
Yeah.
But so people who really love music, that's her fan base. You know?
So she says this is how kind of, we'll say, decorated she is. She's been nominated. Fucking congested right now. I don't know where that came from. She's nominated 3 times for a Grammy Award, twice for a Brit Award as Best Female Vocalist. She received the Ivor Novello Award for Outstanding Contemporary Song Collection in 1996.
That's heavy.
She's received honorary degrees from Liverpool John Morris University, University of Birmingham, University of Northampton, Aston University, the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama, the Open University at the University of the West Indies. In 2022, she received an honorary doctorate from University of St. Andrews, appointed member of the Order of the British Empire. In 2001, birthday honors and commander of the Order of the British Empire. In 2020, birthday honors in the service to music, charity, and equal rights. In October 2011, presented with the BASCA Gold Badge Award in recognition for her contribution to music. In May 2012, before her concert in Elkstockster, something part of a acoustic festival, she's presented with a Lifetime Achievement Award. She was presented with a Lifetime Achievement Award in 2016, BBC Radio 2 Folk Awards. She played soul. She won I think she won a Grammy for soul album, nominated for a soul album. She played jazz. She got nominated for a Grammy in jazz. Jazz out. What does this lady have to do? Okay, she checks all the boxes, right? She's female, she's black, she's a lesbian, right? Checks all the boxes that they look for now. This lady is not in the fucking Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but fucking Green Day is.
Because she doesn't make them money.
Are you fucking kidding me?
She hasn't made them money. That's what it is.
That, you know what? Her in what's his name? That just died this past year. From Canada. Sundown and
Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah, Gordon Lightfoot. It's, you know what? They didn't choose to come to America and kiss their ass, the record company's ass, and do all their thing. So I was introduced to her in 1980 when her album Me, Myself, and I came out.
Yeah.
Right? Fucking great album.
Me, Myself, and I. I don't see it here on the discography.
Me, Myself, I.
That was a top 40 hit.
Yeah. Yep.
In America.
Then she came out with another album after that. I forget the name of it.
Walk Under Ladders.
Yeah, Walking Under Ladders.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. And she was kind of like in it, right? In the beginning of the 80s. She was there and she was selling out. Then she just kind of was like, you know what? I think it was kind of it
was a conscious decision.
I don't need this shit, because she had all the makings. Right? But today, was she
cute enough back then? The Go-Go's were cute. Was she cute?
No, she wasn't. She was very plain-looking black girl. She had the afro. She had the natural.
So was Tracy Chapman. I mean,
she had the natural, and she just had it. I saw her in concert at the Orpheum Theater in Boston. She was fucking great, right? Great. Her voice, even today. Go on to YouTube and check out her performance on Jules Holland's show. What's the name of that show? What is it? Live with Jules Holland or something like that. I can't
remember.
It's the guy from Squeeze.
Yeah, that was a great show. That's an awesome show.
Go check out some of her live videos. She's fucking great, and she gets zero recognition from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Zero.
Yeah.
Like not even nominated.
Well, again, she stuck to her route. She stuck to what she wanted to do. You know, when she was kind of getting big at that point, there were probably a lot of people circling around her. We're going to make you a star. And their motives were to make money. And she resisted it.
They wanted her to write another Me, Myself, I, or probably 10 of them.
Or there's this. Again, it's very private. No one, I don't think she wasn't out yet.
Yeah.
Right? She was gay. And so she probably
wanted to keep that.
Try to keep her private life, because she really did say that she went out of her way. She doesn't want her private life, never wanted her private life. And she said people would ask her, and she just had to keep it a mystery, because that makes it even better, right? Like, look at Morrissey. Morrissey did a fucking brilliant job.
Michael Stipe did the same thing.
Yeah, at whatever, and Morrissey, to this day, you won't get anything out of him. You just won't. So Michael Stipe came out and just said, yeah, I'm gay, right? But you won't get anything out of her. You won't get anything out of these artists that just kind of, it's not a thing to them. It's like, this has nothing to do with my music.
Right.
Michael use it as a soapbox.
Stipe said he was an equal opportunity lech.
Yeah. So there you go. Great. Listen, the guy's brilliant, no doubt. Right. And he probably joked. He probably laughed at it too.
Sure. Of course.
I have a good quote here from Joan. People who like my music have a legitimate interest in me, but I need to retain some privacy. Yeah. Not to be telling people what's going on or what I feel. When you go home, the reason it's beautiful is because it's personal to you and the people you want to include in it.
Yeah.
That's a great statement.
And she's solid, man. She's solid. Now, she's I think she's Jamaican. I think she's half Jamaican.
St. Kitts. She's
St.
half
Kitts,
from
yeah.
I
was just there.
You were just there, right?
Yeah. And she came from a musical family, I believe. Let me see. When she was 3 years old, her parents moved to Birmingham, and she had to go live with her grandmother in Antigua. Then she joined the distinct. No, the father was a carpenter. Mother was a housewife. Father had played in a band, in his youth, later forbidding his children from touching his guitar.
Don't touch that.
Don't touch that. But she was just gifted. She started at 14. She started on the piano and writing shit. And
so they moved to Birmingham, but then she went to live elsewhere.
They said so. The parents and her 2 brothers went to live in Birmingham, and she got sent to live with her grandmother in Antigua.
All right, because if she had stayed in Birmingham doing the timeline, she might have joined Black Sabbath. And Ozzy would be like, I don't have a gig.
Is there a joke in there? She's Black Sabbath.
No.
Wow.
Black Woman Sabbath, maybe that would have been
Birmingham. She could have joined Judas Priest too.
Someone's being a little tone deaf.
Tone deaf.
Oh, you told me you were going to.
I hate that term
tonight, Lou.
It's
for mispronouncing my name, Scott.
All right, Mr. Kikio. I'm going to say it 50 times. Kikio. I am Kikio.
Are we all in agreement that she should probably be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Absolutely.
I think in a special category because nobody really knows her except for music fans. But I mean, at this point, I think it means more to have an Ivor Novello Award than Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And I'm sure she knows that. She's a very intelligent woman.
Look at all those other things you rattled off. I mean, that's a lot of accolades right there.
Yeah, she's a very intelligent woman. She's not, she's nobody's fool. And she's been in the business a long time.
So I'm seeing here. You picked my interest because I only know a couple songs from
Love and Affection is a fucking great. That was her first hit in the United States. Okay. Love and Affection, fucking great song, man.
I was going to ask you if I go into a deep dive and start listening to her. Should I start out with Me, Myself, and I?
No, go before that. Go for Love and Affection. All the Way from America. I think that All the Way from America might be on Me, Myself, I.
Okay.
Actually. But Me, Myself, I is just a good album. It's different. It was different. So I think that might have been another problem too. Her sound was totally different than what was going on at the time also. Mm-hmm.
And she changed. She didn't stick with one sound, right?
I don't well, no, she did, and I think maybe the times changed. And she's like, well, I'm not gonna try to the whole Heart when they jumped into the 80s and got all glammed up
and they started using outside songwriters.
Yeah,
the same people, the Hit Machine songwriters they were using. But Me, Myself, I fit in very well with the early 80s. Was that 1980 or 81? Mm-hmm. That guitar thing in the beginning, the whole it was almost new wave. They probably called it new wave.
Yeah. It's in 74. She was on the John Peel show, BBC.
74.
74. Yeah.
How old was she? She must have been young. I mean, she was old.
I don't know. She's been around, like I said.
Her first album came out in 72.
Yeah, on October 31st, 1972, she appeared BBC Radio 1, John Peel show.
Yeah.
She sang 4 songs.
Did she ever win the Eurovision Song Contest?
Oh, fuck. I can't wait. Can't wait to see if she pops up.
Would you care?
Well, I won't know because I go right by it. Yeah.
She performed her first concert at the age of 16.
Yeah.
Wow.
But fucking Green Day is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. The Go-Go's are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Carly Simon,
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but not Joan Armatrading. No. You know what? Maybe good for her.
Now the Songwriters Hall of Fame is different. Are different things. Like I think America are in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, but they're not in the Rock Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But even still, I mean.
What?
To 2024, REM is being inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Tracy Chapman was snubbed. I know 2 songs.
Does Tracy Chapman deserve to be in the? No,
I don't think so. I don't.
Not if Jones not in.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
There's got to be a reason for this.
Yeah, and popularity and it's politics.
It's money. I'm telling you, money.
It's money.
Or if you pissed off Jimmy Iovine, if you said something wrong, you're snubbed. Or any of them.
Is he in the committee?
Yeah, he's the big guy. He's the Tony Soprano of that.
I think he just got he got some sexual misconduct allegations levied against him recently. I think Jimmy Iovine, yeah. It came from Stan Lynch.
Oh.
Hey, Scott's back.
I thought he got bored with us. He's like,
he just left.
Clear out my sinuses. It's fucking driving me crazy.
Get a neti pot.
Get a neti pot, man.
Yeah. You know what? Keep talking. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Hold on.
Okay. All right. I had a friend.
Okay.
I had a friend. He flossed his sinuses.
Oh.
Like, I'm just the pain. I'm like, I don't know with what he did it and how he did it. I don't know how he did that. There was some
You
kind of
watched him do it?
There was no. I believe he did it. He's an interesting fellow.
So he pulled it up one side and went down the other.
And went on the other.
Yeah. All right, I'm back.
All right,
I'm back. So,
we talked
do we
about.
want to do some? Well, I know it was random. I don't know. I didn't know what your relish thing was called. Then all of a sudden I say we'll call it random play, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute, they're gonna notice that. They're gonna think I'm fucking with them, and I didn't. It just popped up. I'm like, oh yeah, it's random relish that they do. I don't want any copyright problems from the AI himself. So we're gonna call this what is it when shuffle? Let's do.
Milk crate shuffle. The milk crate shuffle.
So because I have TV series. You want to do TV series?
Yeah.
1970. Then let's pull up some TV. So I have a list of TV series that came out in 1970. Right. So All My Children. That shit ran from 70 to 2011.
Wow.
Soap opera. Yeah.
Soaps.
Did your
mom have soaps that she liked?
Who?
Did your mom have the soaps that she liked? Did your mom get into that? There was a mom thing in the 60s and 70s.
I don't remember if she was watching soap operas. I don't know. I don't remember her watching them, so I don't know. So the Mary Tyler Moore Show came out in 1970. When did it end? That's what I'll ask you guys. When did it end?
78?
What year?
I was going to say 78. Yeah.
No, 77.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. The Partridge Family came out in 1970.
I like that show.
Right?
Yeah.
How many seasons did it have?
3.
We're getting 70. I'm going to say 3. Yeah.
4.
Oh.
Ended in 74.
Wow.
Now this one had 1 season, but I fucking remember it so well. It was on like the UHF channel in Boston, channel 56. And it was a British show. It was called UFO. UFO. And it was like the mission of the Supreme Headquarters Alien Defense Organization, Shadow, which defends Earth from extraterrestrial threats. It was a great it was like the X-Files before the X-Files.
Right.
Wow.
It was British. So, I mean, we're always ripping off British TV.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we used to. Now they're way out of hand over there. The Odd Couple came out in 1970.
My favorite.
My favorite too, yeah.
How many seasons?
5.
Yeah. There you go, Lou. Nice.
I love that.
And you know what happens in the last episode?
No.
Felix and Gloria get remarried.
Get remarried, yeah.
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 That was a great show.
You know what I love about that show? That apartment. That apartment was great.
It was a great apartment. Two guys could live in that and not see each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah, right in New York. Yeah.
Old New York, yeah.
All right. I'm going to read the description of this. That's how let's see if this works. I'm going to read the description and you tell me what the name of the show was. All right. Let's see how that works.
Cool.
I was a year old.
Well, I'm sure you've seen these shows or heard of them.
Yeah,
Maybe you did.
You know the Odd Couple. Mark, you're not off the hook. Come on.
No. A New Mexico deputy marshal gets assigned to Manhattan's 27th precinct.
McLeod.
Yeah. Lou,
We watch that every Saturday on Get TV. My wife watches it. Yeah.
Let's see. This had 1 season. I can't believe this only had 1, but it has such a remarkable young English nanny takes over the household of a widowed professor and his 3 children.
And Phoebe Ficcanini was her middle name, and so many silly things keep happening. That was the theme song, Nanny and the Professor.
Look at fucking Lou. Say it
Lou.
again.
You're on fire.
And so many silly things keep happening.
Well, say it again. Say the beginning from the beginning.
It's like Phoebe Ficcanini or something like that. Phoebe Ficcanini is a silly name, and so many silly things keep happening. She was in love with. She was in love with the professor.
Damn, you're good.
Yeah. Let's see. This is probably an English show because it went from 70 to 82 and I never heard of it. So The Goodies. You ever hear of a show called The Goodies?
No.
Vague. That's vague.
Okay, I have one. A Saturday morning cartoon. All right. Had 2 seasons, which is amazing because it's still This is the effect that cartoons like this had on us. Like it just lasted forever. It was only 2 seasons. An up-and-coming pop music group and its entourage get involved with strange mysteries while touring the world.
Josie and the Pussycats.
Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah, I saw that in reruns.
Long tails and ears to match.
The girl with the skunk haircut, the skunk hair.
I liked her.
She's the mean one.
Yeah.
You know?
Sassy one.
Here we go. Another Saturday morning show.
Sassy.
Had 2 seasons. 4 musical insect-like British fairies. Oh, let's stop right there. That could be a show today.
Oh, don't.
That could be a show today. That's definitely a BBC show today.
Maybe they'll do
That
a reimage of it.
motherfuckers over there are out of control with this shit. Making
spike
Doctor
their
Who
teeth.
a woman, and now Doctor Who's a black guy born out of one of the other Doctor Who's dick. Fucking crazy
oh my
shit.
God.
Yeah. Doctor Who's a gay black man now, so
Yeah, it's
they're
good.
way out of
Gotta
control.
shake
That's
it
right.
up.
Huh?
Gotta shake it up. Come on. let's do
No.
it.
You don't shake up
Wait.
Doctor Who. That was their mistake. That's why no one watches it anymore.
Wait till James Bond's a woman, Scott.
Well, you
God.
can't. It can't be because James Bond is the guy's name. Okay, it's his
Jamie
name.
Bond. Jamie Bond.
Doesn't matter. It's just it's his name. She might be a 007 and nobody's gonna go.
Your head will explode if that happens.
Well,
I
they
know
already
you.
did it. They already did it. That's why I won't see the last.
That
Daniel
last
Craig
one's
was
good.
the aggressor. No, it
I
wasn't.
like the last one.
It's
Yeah,
so fucking stupid. You know, they show James Bond like riding, before and after. They show him riding like a motorcycle, no helmet, fucking, like he just got in a fight. And then they show James Bond today. He's on the back of a fucking Vespa with a black girl driving him. The
Yeah.
fuck? Are you
because
serious,
she's young
dude?
and he's getting old.
Jane Bond.
Jane Bond.
Bond.
Yeah,
There
whatever.
you go. That was perfect. That was perfect.
Bond. Jane Bond.
Yeah, but it should never be James Bond.
Oh,
And they can do it
Jane.
007. They made this black lady 007 and, demasculinized James Bond. And she was smarter than him because she's the bestest ever.
That was Moneypenny. She was Moneypenny.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah, in the movie, she's
It's only
Moneypenny.
one fucking one.
Because she
Money
fucked
Penny
up-
was never black.
No, she fucked up the mission, so they ended up making her and putting her in the office. And
Miss
she-
Moneypenny, keep your eye on the beast.
Yeah.
Oh, Jane. Oh, Jane.
Let's see. So 4 musical insect-like British fairies
Here we go again.
live happily in their enchanted forest
Oh, yeah.
while avoiding the schemes and the jealous Benita Bazaar.
Two
What was-
snaps.
What was the Bugaloos?
There you go, Lou.
I never saw the Bugaloos.
I
Yeah,
never knew. I never knew a black guy could have an English accent.
Right?
That's
Kind
good.
of weird back
I was a
then,
kid
right?
Phil
now, I-
Lynott. Phil Lynott.
Well,
Come
no,
on.
but I never heard it before. So watching, I've seen all I watched the mod. Well, I'm not gonna mention because that was a '70s TV series. But
Yeah.
other American actors and stuff. I didn't know they could live in England. I didn't know they had other black
Yeah.
people.
Right?
I was a child, Mark.
And I thought
know,
only
me
Jewish
too.
people had braces. So, I mean, when kids,
There you
I
go.
did. Because they're the only ones that could afford them and where I was from.
I thought only Irish people could beat me up because that's all who beat me up are Irish people.
There you go. All right, let's see. One season came out in 1970. It's kind of obscure. Well, it gives the name, kind of the name. This detective works the crime beat in his hometown of Santa Luisa, California, working with and against people with whom he grew up. As Dan August. Dan August. Do you remember
That was
that,
it.
Lou?
That was Burt Reynolds.
Dan August? Yeah, it
Wasn't it?
was. It was Burt Reynolds. Yeah.
Burt Reynolds, yeah.
I didn't know he had a TV show. Wow.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's vague. I vaguely remember that.
All right,
before
this
they did
was
movies.
how can I put it? It was like an offshoot of an original show. It says an aging entertainer and his wife take care of their 6-year-old grandson. I'll say Danny Thomas. Remember Danny Thomas?
Remember the Danny Thomas show?
Right? Wasn't he in Make Room for Daddy?
That's what that was. Yeah.
This is Make Room for
Oh.
Granddaddy.
Wow.
That's why it only lasted one season.
Remember that girl?
Yeah, Marlon Thomas.
She was cute.
Yeah.
She still looks pretty good. I saw her like it was a St. Jude. Danny, her father, Danny Thomas, was a big patron of St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
Yes.
Yeah.
He used
So
to
she
do all
does the she does the commercials now. I'm like, okay.
I know. I see it. She's got Michael Jackson though, so it's all like
She's
weird.
about 75 years old. It's not bad though. Come on.
Yeah. I
got it,
know, I
yeah.
know.
All right, this show came on in 1970. It's still running today. Coverage of professional football featuring teams from the National Football League airing on Monday nights during the NFL's regular season. Gee, what's the name of that show?
Tuesday night soccer. I want to know what their theme
Wide
song
World of Sports.
Did they have a theme song in the first year?
They always do. They have to.
Yeah.
They have to, yeah.
But that first year, you know.
This one, I'm just going to say the Flip. It was called Flip from 70 to 74. Hosted by Flip Wilson. The show featured skits, music, frequent appearances by Geraldine Jones. And they have to put in parentheses, in parentheses, really Flip Wilson in drag.
Yeah.
They have to tell you that.
No,
really.
Well, you know, think about what he was doing. That was the whole character.
Let me see. Okay. Here's one. It has the name in it, but I'll avoid it. Okay, a cartoon came out in 1970, right? Had one season again, but this cartoon never, I thought, got enough credit. Never got enough reruns. This cartoon, it's a fucking great cartoon. Sabrina's involved with a band of monsters, a rock band with Dracula and the Wolfman and Frankenstein who scare people for their own amusement.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch, wasn't it?
No.
The Groovy Ghoulies.
Yeah.
That's right.
The
Never saw
Groovy
it.
Ghoulies.
And Weirdo Wolfie.
Yeah. And Weirdo Wolfie. Yeah.
Frightening Frankie, Dangerous Drac, and Weirdo Wolfie.
One season.
That's why our brains are like tapioca pudding.
Well, we love it though.
Of course.
Because kids today don't get that entertainment.
Did you wake up before your parents and have like 2 breakfasts on Saturdays? Because we get up and make cereal like Frankenberry and Blueberry.
I did that.
And then the parents would wake up and then we'd have like, we didn't eat.
Your parents made you breakfast?
Well, yeah,
Mine did.
And then they broke up, Mark, Scott.
In 1970.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott.
After the Groovy Ghoulies.
Yeah.
Scott, I got one of 2 breakfasts. I either had the bread with the hole in it where she fried the egg in the middle. I forgot what you called that.
Popeye eye or something like that.
Or I got scrambled eggs with ketchup. Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know what I got?
Scrambled eggs and ketchup are great.
My brother Mark, God rest his soul, handed me a fucking a meatball, but it's fucking raw. Like he'd grab raw hamburger and we would go in and watch fucking cartoons eating raw hamburger.
I used to eat raw
like fucking animals.
I used to. It tasted good.
The only time we got a breakfast was when my grandmother stayed over.
Really?
And then she'd lose her fucking mind when we put ketchup on shit.
Hey, dude,
oh,
you had beef tartare for breakfast. You're pretty high class.
Fucking low class beef because we bought it with fucking food stamps.
Hey, listen, did you put ketchup on your pasta?
No,
we did.
No, I've put ketchup. On my brother Colin used to like. Probably still does. Ketchup on his mashed potatoes.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see.
Right.
This had 3 seasons. This cartoon, it was the adventures of a basketball comedy team.
Harlem Globetrotters.
Yep.
They had a TV show?
They had a cartoon?
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you never watched it, huh?
I don't remember.
All right, right here. Had 1 season. Maybe. I would say the greatest. The fucking greatest. And if you go back and watch it today, it's fucking funnier than it was back then. The greatest fucking Saturday morning show ever. I know everyone's like, oh, we want the what do they call them? The fucking banana splits, and we want Scooby-Doo. No.
I was
greatest fucking Saturday morning show ever. And I think my friend Phil Kelly would agree with me. A member of pop band Evolution Revolution, blank, is called upon by the agency to prevent evil in their ongoing fight against Chump. A member of the pop band Evolution Revolution is called upon by the agency to prevent evil, Ape, in their ongoing fight against Chump.
You don't know, Lou?
Great Babe.
No.
No.
Lancelot Link, Secret
Chimp.
Dude.
Lancelot Link, what you gonna
Mark,
do?
if you've never seen it,
Never seen it.
It's the fucking funniest.
It's a lip syncing chimp.
Fucking funniest
Lancelot Link.
secret chimp. Yeah.
Secret Chimp. I'm gonna look on YouTube.
It's fucking classic. These dudes were fucking high as kites that did this. They had to be.
I had to be.
Oh my god!
I would like to see that one again.
In his
like in an overcoat, was like
the overcoat, the Humphrey Bogart like fucking look, right?
Yeah, Shane.
But his fucking girlfriend's name is Mata Hari. Lance,
Boy,
where are we going, Lance?
And
he talked like Humphrey Bogart. Lancelot Link talked like Humphrey Bogart. Oh my god!
Now, when they did the lip thing, did they abuse them like they did Mr. Ed to get him to make his mouth move?
I don't think so. They probably just put shit in their mouth. Monkeys, they can make them show their teeth and all that.
Yeah,
shit. Yeah,
they do all by themselves anyway.
Yeah,
That poor Mr. Ed.
So this one probably was in. It's a British series. I'll just tell you, adapted from a trio of horror story anthologies, which were edited. Blah blah blah. Television installments used the cream of Burke's crop, whatever. Tales of the Unease. I've never heard of it. It's a British show. But
hey, guess what I just found, dude?
What's that?
Only one agent is up to the task of stopping them, and only the veritable quandary has the classified case files of Lancelot Link, secret chimp.
Yeah, fucking great. You gotta watch it.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Quentin Tarantino hasn't picked up on that.
I don't know. So there was this show that had one season, and like I said, we're back in that same generation, right? What's going on now?
Yeah.
Newlyweds Paul and Corey Bratter struggle to survive their first year of matrimony in New York City. Now, with a description like that, how would they think that it's going to last more than one season?
Right.
You limit yourself right there.
Yeah.
It was Barefoot in the Park.
That they did a TV series. That's right.
But they race swapped Robert Redford and
wow.
Yeah, it was a black couple.
Interesting doing that back then.
Yeah. This had a 6-year run. A non-hosted horror movie show with firstly Carl Grayson and later Marty McNeely as the voice of the creature. It aired on Channel 9 Chicago, but then it just kind of every UHF place in America started picking these up. Creature features.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, creature features. Yeah. Then every fucking city we had creature feature, creature double feature.
Yeah.
You know,
ours had Lou. Remember the hand coming out of the swamp?
Chiller.
Oh, that was killer. That scared the shit out of me.
And it had 6 fingers on it. It was a polydactyl. It had 6 fingers.
I didn't notice that.
The Tim Conway Show, 1970.
I didn't know he had his own show.
Yeah, yeah. Now I'm starting to get down into the dregs of it. This shit starts dropping down this far. I'm on like 64, and I'm like, oh shit. Archie's Funhouse, right from the comic book.
Okay.
It's described as Archie's Funhouse is packed with crazy blackout gags. Oh, blackout gag.
What?
The fuck is that? What are they?
He's putting
these fucking
he roofied Veronica.
He's putting stuff in the drinks, man.
Outrageous puns, wacky jokes, and 3 jukebox songs per episode.
Ooh,
Jesus. Let me see.
Desperately trying to keep Archie going. That's what they.
There was a cartoon, Dr. Doolittle, for 2 seasons, and it just gets like really, really deep down here.
But is there one big one that we missed? Very groundbreaking.
No,
the producer just
the
died.
Hour of Power.
No.
You remember the Hour of Power?
Was that the religious show?
Yep.
Don't go there. I had to grow up. I was forced to watch that. Please don't go there.
It's still on today.
You can still check
still
it.
Running.
YouTube.
The Everly Brothers had a show. Right?
Okay. Wow. How long did that last?
This one is so-and-so works for Mr. Blunderbuss at the Odd Job Employment Agency. Each week, Mr. Blunderbuss sends blank out on a new job, and each week blank finds a new way to screw it up. It was a cartoon, ran for 2 seasons. Will the real Jerry Lewis please sit down?
Really?
Right?
Come on, Mr. Blunderbuss.
Let's see.
Don't send me out on the street again, Mr. Blunderbuss.
Can you imagine hanging out with Chevy Chase and Jerry Lee Lewis? It must be torture, like the real Chevy Chase and Jerry Lee Lewis.
I wouldn't hang out with Chevy Chase.
Or Jerry Lee. They were both nasty.
But I'd get a kick out of Jerry Lee Lewis's nasty. Oh, Jerry Lewis. You're saying
Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis.
I thought you said Jerry Lee.
No, Jerry Lewis. Yeah, because they were both not too nice, you know.
Yeah. The Don Knotts Show played for one season.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
This is the Ray Stevens Show. It says 70, and it just doesn't seem to have an end on it.
Everything is beautiful.
Ahab the Arab, Prince of the Burning Sands.
Call it the streak.
The streak.
Right.
Don't look, Ethel. Don't look.
So this one is called Happy Days from 70 to 76. This summer replacement comedy variety show, not to be confused with the long-running sitcom. Then what the fuck did you call it Happy Days?
Yeah, same time period.
How'd they get away with that?
Wow.
Huh.
Jesus.
That was American?
Hodgepodge Lodge.
Hodgepodge Lodge, yeah.
Yeah, Miss Jean would teach children to touch. No, I mean, would teach children about nature through hands-on activities such as cooking and crafts done in a small cabin.
Crabs.
A small cabin.
No internet.
Built on the MPT site. What the fuck is that?
We were not going to say what that stands for.
I heard that was code name for Epstein's Island. Hey, you going to the Hodgepodge Lodge?
No, was that an after-school show, or was that a Saturday morning thing?
That was a Saturday morning thing, I think.
Remember the Magic Garden? No,
I think that was an every morning. That was an every morning thing, like after Romper Room or something.
Like before the Romper, yeah.
Well, that's it. I got Dinah's Place. Oh, Beat the Clock came on.
Great show.
75. Right?
What about All in the Family?
No, that wasn't 70.
That wasn't 70?
No. I would have had it by now.
Are we sure?
I'm positive.
71? It had to be
71, probably. Because that would have been probably one up the top if they said The Odd Couple.
Yeah, because like MASH came out in 72.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now.
Well,
or do we Glenn Miller?
Lou, do you have any random relish?
We were talking about some things were mistakes that were in the recording process of songs that were kept in the song.
Yeah.
Or things that you didn't know were mistakes. And so the reason I started thinking about it was because in the on the Mamas and Papas, I Saw Her Again. There's a part where they're bringing it back down to the chorus, and they're doing that. So there's a line when Denny Doherty goes, I saw her again. It sounds like, if you listen, it sounds like it's part of the recording because of the way it was, but what it was, it's a mistake. It was a punch-in that the engineer Bones Howe, who went on to produce The Fifth Dimension and others, he went to punch in that chorus line, and it was just the one guy singing, but they were just supposed to be silence. They were supposed to go back into the I saw her again. It was just that it was supposed to be silence with a little ride cymbal. It was like I don't know what they call the musical term, where it's suspension, and there's if you had the song up, you'd know the part. It's silence, there's music, and then they go into the chorus, which sounds like someone comes in early, and it wasn't. I thought it was in the recording process. I thought he's just saying ahead of it. He jumped the gun on it, but he didn't. It was a punch-in mistake by the engineer. So he tried to go back and redo it. He got them cued in, but you could still hear it. And so at that point, I think they were either going to do a retake, but
they're rushing. They're trying to get a single. They had studio time.
Well, the thing was, Lou Adler, the producer, the legendary producer, he heard it and he goes, "I like it. Keep it in.
Keep it in."
So
the girl from Ipanema has one of those.
Does it really? Has a glitch?
So
in it.
at one point, you hear Astrid Gilberto go, So she starts going up in her octave, and her husband, at one point, he kind of prompts her. He's like, "You can very, very rarely you can hear it a little bit." He does. He goes, like,
oh, okay,
yeah. He gave her the note. He gave her the note.
Yeah.
But it's kind of mixed in there. It's mixed in there. They were like, just, no one's really going to notice it.
There's two mistakes on Led Zeppelin 3 if you listen closely. Before the final verse of Immigrant Song, Robert Plant goes, "So now you better." He comes in too early. They left that in. Just listen close. And then on Out on the Tiles, John Bonham had like he could play the rhythm, but he was being told in the song when to. You hear dun 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 dun, dun stop. You hear someone go like that, which I find that stuff cool.
All right, so let me see. I'm looking at Why Can't We Be Friends, right?
Why can't we be?
It says you don't have to wait too long to hear keyboardist Lonnie Jordan's flub in one of the most joyous R&B hits of the 70s. It happens right in his introductory solo. On the 8th chord in Jordan's pattern, he accidentally hits a note that's 1/2 step higher than the note he intends to hit. The result is what musicians call a grace note, a tiny, quick note that immediately resolves into another longer note. But it's out of tune.
It's out of, yeah.
Yeah. And it's
Welcome
quite
to
obviously
jazz.
a mistake, you know?
Yeah.
Let me see. Wish You Were Here.
Have you ever heard that? Have you noticed it?
I probably have with Why Can't We Be Friends?
Oh, no, I Wish You Were Here. I'm queuing it up.
Oh.
It's a mistake. It's at 44 seconds of the song.
Right. I don't know how you guys are getting away with that stuff. I heard you. I was watching your show the other night.
Hey, don't get this show banned.
Yeah.
Well, what if it's like 3 seconds?
Well, no, you can. The podcast isn't going to do it. I always get dinged by fucking YouTube.
Huh.
Like they haven't shut me down. They say it's not a strike, but it's like they'll edit it out.
Even if it's a cough?
No, like if you're playing the song, like you guys played like 30-second clips the other day.
Yeah, yeah.
The Burt Bacharach.
Yeah, 15 seconds seems to be the limit. If you limit it to 15 seconds, you're safe.
I always get fucking hit. I don't know.
All right, let's just try it.
All right, make it under.
I think you heard it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the sound effect, though.
No, it's not.
No?
But you talked over it.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Including
I never
sniffles and
noticed
coughing.
it.
Yeah. The performance is actually by band David Gilmour amid some questionable breathing and coughing on tape, including sniffles and coughing.
Yeah.
It says, while one school of thought claims that those noises were either done on purpose or just more radio chatter, another insists that Gilmour couldn't control the side effects of his smoking.
Yeah.
And that he quit cold turkey upon hearing the playback.
Yeah. Check it out.
I always assumed it was a radio.
I never noticed that. I don't know
Yeah,
why I didn't
I
notice.
always assumed it was a radio program or something.
It's really obvious.
It's real phlegmy.
It's horrible. Then you can hear him sniffling after that.
Let me see. So, Police, Roxanne.
Yeah, the very beginning.
Yep. The beginning of this post-punk classic has bothered me forever. My gears always grind over the shift-in pitch and tempo of Andy Summers' guitar chords as the song starts. In researching the cut, the best excuse is that flange seems to be loose. Recording tape seems to be
wrapped
loose
around
recording
a puck.
tape wrapping around the take-up reel too slowly.
Now, that happened to me a few times with original masters, and if it snaps too quick, you could break the master. And it happened to me a few times.
Let me see. The truth is much more mundane. In trying to sit down for the studio take, Sting accidentally introduced his ass to some piano keys. And that's what you hear. Ding. Yeah, you hear that. Yeah.
No.
Just what I needed. The Cars.
What's that guy?
Yeah.
In terms of return on misinvestment, the drum error in the Cars' debut single might be the most valuable mistake on the list. It happens in the third and final verse. Up to that point, drummer David Robinson had played a standard rock beat with the snare kicking in on the second and fourth beats of each bar like it's supposed to in virtually every mid-tempo rock song. But on the line, because you're standing oh so near, I kind of lose my mind, Robinson gets mixed up and hits the snare on the first and third beats.
Yes.
Instead of going kick, snare, he goes snare, kick. The mistake disrupts the meter in the listener's head and gives a whole new layer of meaning to the song, up to the point where singer Rick Ocasek's been very structured in the face of a relationship isn't all that great, but nonetheless gives life some sad shadow or whatever the fuck that means.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know. The writer trying to wax poetic about a song.
You know, it's weird. As a drummer, it doesn't sound like a mistake. It sounds like he's just trying to shift up the beat a little bit. You know, because he's playing straight ahead throughout. If he had played like they said, the snare on the 2 and the 4 throughout the whole song, it wouldn't hurt it obviously, but the fact that it was when you're standing oh so near, it's it turns the beat around, but to me it gives that third verse a little more emphasis.
So it says the mistake works so well that a couple of bars later, Robinson does it again.
Yeah.
This time intentionally.
But then how he goes back into you almost lose my mind. Yeah. Kaboom. And he goes, that gets him back into the regular 2 on the 4. Yeah.
Eminence Front by The Who.
Yeah. There's supposed to be a little stutter there. A little.
Lyrical flubs and professionally released music are everywhere and nowhere at once. Flip-flop words pass us by in the blink of an eye when timed right. Mistimed vocal cues can sound natural, even purposeful, but nothing should have allowed original LP version of this cut to reach mass duplication.
Wow.
The opening of the first chorus finds Pete Townsend on a rare lead vocal, quickly falling a syllable behind Roger Daltrey.
Right.
It's an eminence front.
Yeah. I love that, though. I think that's great.
I thought it always sounds like it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, just like the guitar solo on Can't Buy Me Love, where one version was recorded in France and one was recorded at Abbey Road, and when they couldn't get the two to link up, so there's a delay. So it sounds like it's two guitars really, just they could not get it into sync.
Doing that back in 62, or 63, that's pretty wild that they double tracked the guitar from two different countries.
Wild, yeah. It's
So
cool guitar solo.
It says you can almost hear Townsend rolling his eyes. It says a lot, none of it good. That this flawed anthem to be for coked out 1980s culture is still, well, I can attest to that. It's still somehow this album's saving grace.
Now, a little background, that album was recorded at Andy John's home studio, not at a big studio. So maybe being at his home studio, things were a little looser too, And
it's Kenny Jones' finest drumming ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I love it.
The Unforgettable Fire, the song.
I know what you're going to say about this.
Yep. So you get Larry Mullen Jr. counting off his sticks before realizing he wasn't supposed to start and mutters a barely audible, "Oh, shit."
I was a headphone listener at that time. Unforgettable Fire. I had my vinyl. I heard that. I love it.
And again, the drumsticks in that, they're kind of off. It really didn't kind of fit.
Yeah.
But it worked. Oh, Love Shack. Did you know that there's the mistake in Love Shack? Yeah. It's 16 miles and you'll find it. Let's see. Wait, what the hell's wrong with this? Well, music is littered with songs where a vocalist jumps into their lyrics too soon or too late. Nirvana's Polly and James Blunt's You're Beautiful immediately leap. You're beautiful. Right?
I thought that was Rod Stewart when I first heard it.
Wow.
In 2011 interview with Kate Pearson, let it slip that bandmate Cindy Wilson missed a cue in the song's instrumental track. Her legendary Carter Wall Tin Roof Rusted wasn't supposed to be a solo a cappella. Or at least was a beat or two off. The band decided to leave it in as a point of emphasis. It helped turn the song from merely Party Monster to an alt pop's signature tracks.
Sure, that's a great moment.
Yeah, well, it definitely is the key moment of the song, right?
Yep.
Let's see. Creep, Radiohead. Not many publicly available musical mistakes come to mind that were made with some form of malicious intent, but Radiohead guitarist Johnny Greenwood presaged the band's reputation as a go big or go home kind of outfit. Greenwood wasn't a huge fan of the song's original quiet nature, so he went out of his way to fuck it up. He would yank tuneless dead notes out of his guitar as Tom York propelled his own bitterness to the chorus, but I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. Yeah, that
Yeah.
But it works. As a practice on the songs progressed, the band decided to accept the noise as part of the song, and the studio wonks they played it for smartly chose to preserve it for posterity. The rest, as they say, is a career.
That's their most unoriginal album too. After that, they became a totally original band.
Yeah,
they came close to a near plagiarism with The Year That I Breathe by the Hollies.
Yes,
there's a little bit. It's almost like The Air That I Breathe. It's really close.
Yeah.
Oh, The Air That I Breathe. Yeah.
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 So there's one on, actually there's two on Louie Louie where I think it's at 54 seconds. Apparently the drummer made a mistake and yells "fuck." But yeah, with Louie Louie, it's hard to tell.
Song.
No,
you can't tell anything.
No, you can't tell. And there's a part with, I mean, some of those drum fills are goofball. They're really good, but they're really weird. But there's one where the singer didn't come in where he's supposed to, so the drummer did this crazy ass fill, and that covered up for the drummer.
A true garage band.
Oh yeah. That song was apparently poured over by the FBI. They're looking for obscenity.
Yeah.
They couldn't find anything because they couldn't make any of it out.
No.
Hey, Lou.
After the line, I felt my bone.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, Lou. How many people have done this to you when you and your son walk into a room? Louie. How many people do that to you?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
I do it. Yeah. I say Louie.
All right, we have any more relish? We have anything?
Well, I'll tell you what. If anyone wants to hear mistakes, just listen to any of the first 3 Van Halen albums on headphones. You hear tons of them, and that's what makes them great. David Lee Roth cracking up during songs. I love it. Yeah,
yeah. So in Day in the Life of Sgt. Pepper, apparently at the very end, and I listened to it for tonight and couldn't hear it. When they do that, after they hit the big chord, the big silence as they ride the song out, apparently Ringo squeaked his foot on a pedal and you can hear it. I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, I think
maybe that's something only the dog can hear, you know?
Yeah.
And on the song Asia, on the drum solo, apparently, Steve Gadd apparently hits the sticks together at some point.
And Donald Fagen allowed that on the record?
If he even did it. I don't know.
Wow.
And that was a one take.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great drum solo.
Let's see. Okay, let's do the top 10 this week in 1970. This week, a little different than last week. Number 10, Midnight Cowboy. That made it into, that was 12 the week before. 12 to 10.
Who did that?
Ferrante and Teacher. Yeah. Number 9 this week in 1970, Down on the Corner, Fortunate Son. Creedence Clearwater Revival. Didn't know that was a dual song.
No, it's not. It's two different. It must have been the A.
It's Down on the Corner, Fortunate Son.
Must have been the B side, Fortunate Son.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Number 8 this week, Jam Up Jelly Tight by Tommy Rowe. Number 7 this week.
That sounds horrible.
Moved up from 11 to 7. Don't Cry Daddy, Rubberneckin', Elvis Presley. Yeah. This week in 1970, number 6 fell from number 3 the previous week, Leaving on a Jet Plane. We won't get into the Peter Paul.
Peter Paul.
We won't get into that shit again.
It wasn't called Peter. It was called Pedophile Paul.
Yeah, Pedophile Paul and Mary. Oh man, Pedo Paul and Mary.
Yeah,
Pedo Paul and Mary.
It rolls off the tongue better.
Ah, Jesus.
Go away, little girl.
Holding strong at number 5 this week, like it was last week. Whole Lot of Love, Living Loving Maid. She's Just a Woman, Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Number 4 this week, fall from number 2 the week before. Someday We'll Be Together, Diana Ross.
Good song.
Number 3 this week, up number 1, up 1 from 4. I Want You Back, the Jackson 5.
Nice.
Number 2 this week, up from number 6, Shocking Blue, Venus.
Nice.
And number 1, holding strong from the week before, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, B.J. Thomas.
Burt Bacharach.
All I can see is Paul Newman riding a bicycle.
Yes.
So let's do 20 to 11. Number 20 this week in 1970, Come Together and Something, the Beatles. Number 19 this week in 1970, Evil Woman, Don't Play Your Games With Me by Crow. Number 18 this week in 1970, Eli's Coming, Three Dog Night. Number 17 this week in 1970, Nah Nah Hey Hey Kiss Me Goodbye from Steam. Number 16 this week in 1970, I'll Never Fall in Love Again, Dionne Warwick.
Burt Bacharach.
Yep. Number 15 this week, down from 13, Holly Holy, Neil Diamond.
Good song. Good song.
That's Hiney Hole, ain't it?
Yeah, here we go again. To quote Mark. Number 14 this week.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. Number 14 this week, Without Love, Tom Jones. Number 13 this week in 1970, Early in the Morning, Vanity Fair. Number 12 this week in 1970, Jingle Jangle by the Archies. And number 11 this week in 1970, La La La. It fell out of the top 10. La La La, If I Had You, Bobby Sherman.
Jingle jangle, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Is that how it goes?
No, I don't know.
Guys, we're ahead of schedule tonight. We might have an early one tonight.
Oh.
Not going to argue with that.
This is like a bad dead gig.
By the time I fucking download this shit, if we do the 2.5-hour show, like by the time I download it, I get to bed at like 11:45.
And you wake up at 5.
No.
Oh, okay.
Not me. I'm retired, remember?
We're getting 2 inches of snow tomorrow, so I'm like really freaking out. You know?
We're supposed to get ice tonight, which is not good.
That's worse.
I'll be working with the horses from 9 tomorrow to like fucking 5 in the evening.
Like the video too, Scott. Nice. That was cool.
Thanks. That's for a grant. We submitted that, and they said to get the grant money, thousands for this. You just put it on the social media and tag them in it, and then put it on their Instagram. And so we kind of cut that horse. Was in a mood today, buddy.
Yeah, he likes you.
Mood. That's my buddy. He started chewing on my pants. He's never done that. Like,
wow, he's ornery.
He comes out, right? He goes down. He starts pulling at my short. I'm like, what the fuck? You should see. I'm going to try to get the outtakes because it took like 5 times to do it. One time he just kind of walked in front of me, just kind of pushed me right out of the way and just walked right in front of the kid. Another time he started going for a tree, like leaf. And it's pretty funny. So I'll try to do the outtakes.
When he leans his weight against you, you can feel the power of that.
Oh, dude. You don't realize how strong when they just walk, when they take up space, it's called taking up space, which is when a horse, like the 3 of us could be standing there. And one of the horses that's part of our herd, Miss America, she will just walk right in between you. Like she's going to take up space. And you, if you stand there, you're getting bumped. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You do not realize how strong they really are.
Yeah.
Until you get bumped by one. It's like, man.
Now I want to ask you something because I've never interacted with a horse, but my good friend Walter told me that if you
Mexico.
All right, let's go on with it. I
had
the moment there. I had the moment.
Go on.
Lou said he was going to get me tonight.
He was wearing a pair of really big rubber hip boots too, and we won't go into details there.
Yeah.
So anyway, so like you can, if for you to lead a horse or do anything, it's trust. If the horse doesn't like you,
horses don't judge. They don't not like you. They have to trust you. They have
trust.
To feel
it's
safe.
all trust.
They have to feel safe with you.
Exactly.
Right? So
exactly.
A horse can feel your heartbeat like 4 feet away. Like they know if you work. That's why we ground a lot of time. We bring groups in and we ground before we go in. It's kind of like a meditation. Listen to the wind. Listen to what's around you. Feel your feet. Just kind of lower everything. Lower your energy.
Because if you're nervous and you have like a fast heart,
they're going to respond differently. They're going to respond differently.
That's a protection, right? Like,
65 million years of genetics has given them that design. They're prey animals, so they have a different, predators and prey, right? Dogs are predators, horses are prey. One side of the brain, the other side of the brain.
Yeah.
They think totally when you're with them. They want to see, are you a leader? And then, like you get the horses that you go to pull it, like he'll just stand there. Horse will just stand there.
Yeah.
Now they have a choice. People don't, the first people, they don't want to pull. Like they think, and the horse's neck is stretching, and like the one of my she's kind of like my mentor. This lady, she's like, don't feel the horse has a choice. The horse has he can go with you, or he can really just pull away from you.
Yeah.
And
there's not a damn thing you can do about it.
Yeah, he's going to rip that rope out of your hands if he wants. Yeah. But so what you do is to get the horse to go, everybody turns around and looks at it. Like they're looking at the horse. And the horse is just look where you're going. That's what the horse really looks for that. Look straight ahead. So say there's a fence post. I'm going to go to that fence post. And you just pull, take a step, and the horse will eventually go with you.
He wants to know that you know where you're going.
Yeah, they want to know that you're safe.
Yeah.
That
it's
you're
trust.
Safe.
Yeah.
So,
interesting.
It's if you ever get a chance, it's great stuff.
Oh, I'm dying to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great stuff. All right. This day in music. This day in 2023, American singer-songwriter and guitarist David Crosby died at the age of 81. That was only 2 years ago. Last year. That was last year.
I read it was COVID related. The family didn't want to release details, but
Well, he wasn't very healthy. He wasn't very healthy.
No,
but he was
shouldn't have made it past the kidney transplant.
He did that big interview with Howard like less than a year before he died. He was almost like, very close to when he died. And he laid a lot out in that interview. And I listened to it and went, wow, he really was an asshole, but he made great music,
Yeah, he never really made peace with those other guys either.
Nah.
he couldn't. He couldn't. I think he was just too much of a dick. I mean,
they wanted to. I saw a thing and that he just wasn't. They whatever.
By the time they wanted to, he just couldn't.
Yeah, I think what they all get to that point. Like Hall and Oates, like you get to the point, like what, dude? I've known you for fucking 60 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to do this with you. Like Daryl Hall says, he's my business partner.
Mm-hmm.
John Oates is my business partner. He's not my partner.
I think the best way that was represented to me was when they asked what did David Gilmour, Roger Waters split, and someone said, "Will you ever get back together?" And Gilmour said, "Well, if you have a wife and you divorce her, maybe you can be friends, but are you ever going to sleep in the same bed again? No."
And it's happened many times.
Once in a while.
But the point is,
Hollywood couple that kept getting married. They who the fuck was that? They got married like 3 times. I forget who it was. Oh no, it was
the Gabors or something.
No, Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Harrison.
Richard Burton.
Richard Burton. Like they got married like 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah. On this day in 2016, Eagles guitarist Glenn Frey died at the age of 67.
That was totally surprised. That was probably
fucking complications from rheumatoid arthritis, colitis, and pneumonia.
It was the medication gave him pneumonia. His wife. I think they settled out of court wrongful death suit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He shouldn't have died. He should not have died.
He shouldn't have died. He went in for abdominal surgery, which was the colitis thing, and they had to put him in a medically induced coma. He just never came out of it.
Here, this one's for you, Lou. American session drummer Dallas Taylor.
Yeah.
He died of complications from viral pneumonia in 2015 and kidney disease at age 66.
Yeah. He lived around here, I think, for a while.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me see. On this day in 2011, the largest collection of Beatles memorabilia went on display in a new museum in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Some Spanish guy, 53-year-old accountant, turned his mammoth Beatle collection into a museum with more than 8,500 objects, setting the world like fucking gotta love. Good for you, Rudolfo Vasquez. Now I'll say your name.
I wonder what he had.
Argentinian Rudolfo Vasquez.
What did he have? That was
some of the items include a box of condoms bearing the names of John Lennon and Yoko Ono.
Get out of here!
A brick from the
2
Cavern
virgin
Club.
condoms.
A brick from the Cavern Club. Behind me on the Green Monster. Let me see. Where is it? So on the Green Monster, right? You see this little cluster right here?
Yeah.
There's a brick from Fenway Park.
Oh, cool.
And you still see the green on it. I'll tell you a story about it on the next show.
You told me the story, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty, and it's legit too. Let me see. A brick from the Cavern Club, a chunk of the stage from the Star Club in Hamburg, and certified copies of band members' birth certificates. Among his favorite items were 64 boxes of chewing gum in the form of Beatles records.
Where the hell did he get? Who made that? Who made that stuff?
I don't know, but how do you fucking afford all that shit?
You just buy it through the years, little by little.
Save up your money. So I'm gonna go on, Lou.
Those bricks and those other things, piece of the stage from the Star Club, they have to be seriously authenticated.
Yo, I'm sure they were.
Yeah.
If they put them in a museum. So I'm a collector, as you know. Like I collect, superhero statues, vintage cameras,
Santa Claus,
vintage video cameras, right? All this vintage cameras. The best part for a collector is looking for the next piece. It's the hunt. It's the thrill of finding it.
Yeah.
Like I found a fucking life-size Hulk. I mean, fucking really? And then you plan on you want to get it. Like there's a whole thing that your brain goes through. This Iron Man. I wanted this fucking Iron Man. I wanted an Iron Man and Spider-Man for years.
Yeah.
But this Iron Man came up with the glove, right? And I was like, that I got to get that. I just have to. And so you pay it. You pay for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And the fact that I got that Iron Man for 40 and the Spider-Man for $4,500, like I could sell that Iron Man right now for a minimum 10.
Yeah.
Easy. But okay, let me see. On this day in 2007, Islington Green School in North London was fighting plans to turn it into an academy. The school, which found fame when some of its pupils sang on Pink Floyd's hit Another Brick in the Wall, Part 2, wrote a new version of the song to sing outside Islington Town Hall as part of their protest. They hoped lyrics such as, "We don't need no business control," and "Hey, bankers, leave our kids alone." I love that.
That's cool.
I love that because persuade authorities to reject the proposal. They never give you like final on this. They never say like what happened.
Yeah.
I guess they want you to Google it.
It's kind of like the Gordon Ramsay show. Did he really save the restaurant? You never know.
Let me see. On this day in 2006, animals in Michael Jackson's private zoo were declared to be in good health after officials paid a surprise visit to the singer's Neverland Ranch. Okay, good.
Good.
Take
care of the
money
llamas.
to take care of them, and I don't think Michael Jackson would let his animals. He might be a weirdo, but animals are a whole nother thing with people.
Yep.
People and animals is strange in itself.
Well, that's it. There's that old thing. Like they
like
they
animals
poll
better than
100
people.
people. If you saw a dog hanging from a ledge or a human, which would you save?
Well, because
It's
we're
always more people.
desensitized, right? We're
Yeah.
desensitized to seeing people die
Yeah.
on TV
Yeah.
and movies,
Schools.
on the news, the whole thing. We're really desensitized to it. So a human dies. What's worse? A child dies. So, okay, yeah. But if somebody sees a dog get kicked,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you see this person died, but you see a dog get kicked. You're more upset that the dog got kicked or the cat got kicked than you are that the human got murdered.
Do you
Right.
remember that?
And someone's listening and going, no, that's a fact.
And in the first John Wick, that everyone, like they said that most people say when his dog got killed, even though you had 100 people die a minute in that movie, they couldn't take that his dog got killed. You know.
Right.
Remember the movie In the Line of Fire with Clint Eastwood and Andy Garcia? John Malkovich plays this psycho assassin, and he makes this plastic gun to use for metal. And so he sees some guy shoot a duck for no reason. He goes, "Why'd you shoot the duck, asshole?" And he tests the gun out on the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the hardened killer assassin sees someone kill an innocent
Leave
duck. and he's
animals
like,
alone.
Yeah.
Yep. On this day in 2001, Oasis guitarist Noel Gallagher was granted a quickie divorce from Meg Matthews at the High Court in London. The couple had split last September, 8 months after Meg had given birth to their daughter, Aeneas.
The creative genius behind Oasis.
A quickie divorce.
He got a quickie.
Isn't that like a Mexican divorce?
Yeah. Oh, Haitian divorce.
What do
if
you want
you're,
from life? A Las Vegas wedding, a Mexican divorce.
Donald Fagen would say Haitian.
Yeah. Let me see. Spencer Goodman. Whoever the fuck that. Oh, here we go. On this day in 2000, Spencer Goodman was executed by lethal injection in Huntsville, Texas. Goodman was convicted of kidnapping and murdering the wife of ZZ Top manager Bill Ham in 1991.
Ooh.
Ham was present for the execution. Eek.
Oh, wow.
Jesus. Let me see. On this day in 1997, songwriter and producer Keith Diamond died of a heart attack. He wrote Caribbean Queen or Caribbean Queen and Suddenly for Billy Ocean. Also wrote hits for Donna Summer, James Ingram, Mick Jagger, Sheena Easton, and Michael Bolton.
Was he Neil's
He was
brother?
worth a lot of money. I'll tell you what, if he got writing credits on all those songs.
Was he Neil's brother? I mean,
Oh, Jesus. Let's see.
I didn't get
Tori
put in the
Amos,
box
we
for
don't
that.
care. On this day in 1993, Elton John re-signed his dictatorship of Waterford Football Club. There
Yeah.
you go. On this day
they're
in
a boring
1990,
team.
English singer Mel Appleby died of pneumonia at age 23 following treatment for metastatic. Yeah, that's depressing.
Yeah.
On this day in 1989, at just 38 years old, Stevie Wonder became the youngest living person to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He was only 38 in 89.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he's still playing. Like, I go, holy shit, is he 100? No, he's not.
Well, remember, he was little Stevie Wonder. He was like
Yeah.
fucking 8 when he was out there singing, what's his famous, the live that he did at the Apollo?
Fingertips.
Yeah.
Number 2, Fingertips Part 2 or something.
Yeah.
He wouldn't get off the stage. Like, he just kept singing. I think there's video of that, too.
He was the Yngwie Malmsteen of harmonica players.
Hey, I'll tell you what, if you get, I always say he is the most gifted artist, and then Prince is A1A. Stevie Wonder was first.
Yeah.
1 and 1A. Stevie Wonder did it, as we said, blind, and he just overcame a lot to be able to produce his own music, play all the instruments he played. Just brilliant performer.
Yeah.
And Prince, again, 1 and 1A. You really
and backing it up, not just playing, but with the music, timeless songs.
Let's see. On this day in 1981, Wendy O. Williams of the Plasmatics was arrested on stage at Milwaukee. It was charged with offense of simulating sex with a sledgehammer. Good old Wendy O.
Yeah, I'm Wendy O.
She was the real Wendy O. Williams. I don't care what this is. I like the black lady. I always liked her. For some reason, I liked her.
But she's
She
just
was what
Wendy
she was.
Williams. She's Wendy Williams.
Yeah, Wendy Williams. It's so, Wendy O. Williams, but Wendy Williams, who gets a rod. Something. Did you ever see her story? Like what's going on with her?
Wendy Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend or her husband or something, and she went crazy, and she had a fucking stroke on stage, like on during a show or some shit like that. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Poor girl. I mean, let me see. On this day in 1975, Barry Manilow scored his first #1 U.S. single hit with Mandy, originally titled Brandy, when it was recorded in 72.
72.
Yeah.
That's a Your Looking Glass put out there, Brandy.
On this day in 1974, former members of Free, Paul Rogers and Simon Kirk, along with Mick Ralphs from Martha Hoople, King Crimson, Boz Morrell, formed Bad Company.
1, 2, 3, 4. Boom.
Yeah. On this day in 1967, the Jimi Hendrix Experience recorded an appearance on the UK TV show Top of the Pops, performing a live version of Hey Joe. On this day in 65, the Rolling Stones recorded The Last Time and Play With Fire. I like that song.
Yeah.
I like that better than Ruby Tuesday. Play With Fire is a much better song than Ruby Tuesday.
Ruby Tuesday was a great restaurant. So.
Oh, I forgot to do a I had them too. You Make the Call. Okay, let's do it. You Make the Call. Ruby Tuesday or Play With Fire?
Play With Fire.
Mark.
Play With Fire.
All right. I did this one earlier. You know what? I think I have a few. Give me 1 second for this.
I love these. Fucking love these.
It could be anything too. So let me see what I pull up. Okay. You Make the Call. Crosby, Stills, Nash, Sweet Judy, Blue Eyes, or Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Woodstock. Lou?
Woodstock.
Mark?
Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. It's Prague.
I got to go with Sweet Judy Blue Eyes too. Maybe it's because I heard Woodstock too much. Let's see. You Make the Call. Stephen Stills, Love the One You're With, or Neil Young, Heart of Gold.
Heart of Gold.
Mark.
Lyrically, I would say Stephen Stills, but I'm going to go with Heart of Gold. It's a great song.
I hate the Stephen Stills song. I never liked that tune.
Yeah. Really?
I don't.
Rita Coolidge on backing vocals.
I don't care. Okay.
It's tough for me.
What if you're with a horse?
You love the one you're with.
Exactly.
Let me see. What else do I have here? Okay. How about this one? Cartoon villains. Snidely Whiplash or Savoir-faire is everywhere from Dudley Do-Right. Savoir-faire, Lou. Savoir-faire or Snidely Whiplash?
That's I don't know. I think Snidely Whiplash. I think
Savoir-faire
is everywhere.
That's so funny.
I love that. That's so like he doesn't get enough credit for being a bad guy, does he?
No,
Samoa Fan just doesn't get the villain cred that like Simon Bar Sinister or Riff Raff from Underdog. Underdog might have the best villains. He might have the best villains.
Simon Bar Sinister. Simon Bar Sinister.
Cad, get me my tickle ray. And he shoots the gun with the feather. You see it. They see it coming at them, and it just starts tickling them. Cad, and Cad was the best fucking side man ever. Cad was the greatest side man ever in a cartoon. I did this one today. I was surprised. You make the call. Greg Allman, Midnight Rider, or the Rolling Stones, Midnight Rambler? Mark?
You know my answer.
I do.
You know what? I got to say, I love Midnight Rambler, but Midnight Rider has always been a special song to me.
You know why? I think because you hear it on the radio more than Midnight Rambler.
But Midnight Rambler is a great song, but I got to go with Greg Allman.
I got to go with the live version of Midnight Rambler. I'll forget your yayas out. I got to go with it. It's the live version, it's just the best version of that song.
So you want to hear something funny? I have a good friend, Kevin Paul.
And I love Midnight Rider, too. I do love it. Great lyrics. Great. You can take a lot of lines out of that.
Mm-hmm. I got a good friend. I got a good friend, Kevin Pauly. And one day we used to drink. And I put on Get Your Yayas Out. And in the middle, when he's just doing the harmonica, remember when you got the skip in the record where we keep playing it over and over again?
Yeah.
So we're getting into it. We were probably on our 10th or 11th beer. And then we realized that the same lick had been playing for like 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember Kevin going, I think there's a skip.
Dude, I got a story about that. A drug-induced night with a record. I'll tell you, I don't want to tell it on the air. It's fun.
Oh, yeah, no.
The debauchery that led up to this was really fucking crazy. But
oh boy.
Perry Denovich, the AI, says Midnight Confessions by Grassroots.
Yeah, great song. Great song.
See, Perry, you have to come to the table though with you make the call. So what is the verse on that one? Like Midnight Confessions, Grassroots verse. Who? We need someone to make a different, you can't just throw a song out there.
That has midnight in it.
But I love you, Perry. I do. Perry is still the nucleus to this whole thing. I am forever in debt. He will always be my friend. You can treat those guys whoever you want, Perry. I'm with you, buddy.
You know he is? He's the Willard White of James Bond. He got us all together.
He did. And then Tom kind of brought the glue. He kind of glued it together.
Tom is a gooey glue. That's what he is. He just kind of glues in there. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
With his sagging head and
Born on this day, let me see, in 1971, my man Jonathan Davis, lead singer from Korn.
Oh yeah. When was he born?
71.
He's even younger than me. Wow.
Yeah. He's about 50 something. Yeah.
I'm 54, so yeah, 52.
And I always do the last person on the list, nobody else of any significance. Tom Bailey. Tom Bailey was born in 1958. He was the lead singer of the Thompson Twins, who I really liked in the 80s. And the last one on the list, born on this day in 1956, American guitarist Jack Sherman was best known for the second guitarist to have joined the Red Hot Chili Peppers in between Hillel Slovak's departure and return. There you go.
Man, they went through so many guitars.
Yeah. That's the show, gentlemen. We got it in 2 hours and 3 minutes.
We did it.
This is like a record for the last fucking 6 months.
Yeah.
I don't think we did anything less than 220, 225.
Something like that,
yeah.
And Scott,
yeah,
we didn't even talk about Emerson, Lake and Palmer, but that's next week. Next
week. We could pick it up next week. We can throw in some I can't steal the random relish. That's I have to come up with my own shtick. He's stealing listening. The shtick.
He's listening.
I know he is. I can't but wait. I used to do this. What did I call it? I call it mixtape. I said it was always when I did those shows of all different stuff. So I call it. So I'm bringing back the mixtape.
Inverted milk crates. I like that one.
Inverted milk crates.
Like inverted nipples, you know.
What the fuck are you talking about? Let's get out of here. It's getting a little weird now. Nipples and fucking what?
Well, if we're gonna go weird, it's always Lou.
That might as well
go
just
weird.
just let's
I'm
just
good.
go weird. Well, everybody,
Bang,
thanks for
wing.
watching. Thanks for listening. This is a good show, gentlemen. Good show.
Good show.
Paced a little slow at the beginning. I was noticing. I don't think I was. I'll take the hit on that. I wasn't 100%.
We didn't want to talk over you, so we would kind of let you talk. So yeah, because
Jesus.
you would like.
Don't think I'm that nice. Don't.
All right, so next week I'm going to talk over you. If you slow down, I'm going to.
No, you know what we got. How's this? Right before we get off, penalty box.
You go.
He's gonna get in right before. It's like the game's over. The fucking and they get a penalty.
He
It's
wants
like
to do-
unnecessary penalties.
He
And
wants
he's
to
got an
do it.
unnecessary penalty. It's going to add to his stat at the end of the year. Imagine if I did. There it is. It was like your Tommy's holding it up.
He's such a lucky
Imagine if
man.
I did that at the end of the year. I tally up penalty minutes
That's funny.
between you two.
I think Lou would win.
Well,
I
it's
don't
the
know
beginning
about
of the
that.
year, maybe. So we'll just say. So what we'll do is, if one of you guys can keep a running tally in your notebook or whatever, I don't know if we could do it, but like just add like it's a 15-second penalty, right?
Okay.
So we'll start next week.
Well,
Still
why don't we
the
start
beginning.
tonight? What about tonight?
Okay, yeah. So Mark put in what, twice?
Yeah.
And Lou,
I'm
what
twice.
did you got twice?
I think it was
4.
twice.
No, 4. I think.
4.
You put him away a few times. Hey,
Oh, all right.
by the way, I gotta say,
Bad boy tonight.
you ever notice records keep your memories?
The smell.
This album has the smell of tobacco. I was smoking when I was playing this. A lot.
Wow, there you go,
Wow.
buddy.
Oh boy, it's in there.
Nice.
Oof. It's the smell of shaggy 70s carpet and cigarettes.
God.
Beautiful.
bar.
Nostalgia, buddy. That's nostalgia.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you like it, share it. If you didn't like it, well, thanks for listening for a short 2 hours and 6 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't even work up a
You
sweat.
lucked out.
I only had 3 wines.
Yeah. Gentlemen, as I always say, and I always mean, thank you for your time. Thank you for your knowledge, but most of all, thank you for your friendship.
Always an
you
honor.
guys have been a big plus to the show and myself, and I do appreciate you guys a lot, as my wife would say. And everybody, again, thanks for watching. You are the engine that runs this machine. Without you, it'd be me talking to these guys. Blah, blah, blah. Right?
There you go.
Yeah.
I was waiting. I thought you forgot it.
No. And as I always say, doing this show for you, to quote my favorite artist, Morrissey, the pleasure, the privilege is mine. And we will be back next Thursday.
Yes.
God willing. And if Lou doesn't have a fucking fucking whatever Lou does.
Something come up.
He might get sanguine on you.
Lou Khalil. Remember the wrestler, the unpredictable Johnny Rods? He was like a jobber. Like he would always be like the mid-card guy. He's always putting somebody over. He was from Brooklyn, New York. The unpredictable Johnny Rods. That's what he went by. Fucking legendary jobber, right? That's Lou. The unpredictable Lou Kikio.
A gig may come up.
Race
Yeah,
to the
it
outhouse by
may.
Willie Make It. Will Lou Make It?
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week.